Now to see if we're connecting to live, and everybody cross your fingers. Let's hope all this works out. Okay, good. Now we go over to the call, or do we go over to, yes, we go over to channel, then we confirm that we're showing up, then we try and hit for echo. Let's hit echo. We have echo. Okay, good. Good. So far, all checks out. Let's make certain that everybody does that upvote. It's a very small act on your part, but it's life or death to Team Dietrich. And with that, we launch the call. Okay, let's see if we could do that. We go over to the correct Microsoft Teams area, press audio call, and we hope we get a ring. Now, everybody. Okay, let's see what we can do. Oh, that was interesting. At any rate, so much I cannot go into, all too much I want to go into. Right now, we're just going into ring mode. And let's see if we get a response from our man T-Take as to whether or not he's hearing us. Heather MANAKTALA says hi. Love you, Heather. Don't be afraid to jump on the call. Love. Oh, here we are. All caps. Love you, Heather. Heather. Oops. Heather. There we are. Okay. Give her like what's our, so that accomplished nothing. Nobody jumped on the call. Let me give Heather her kiss. Here we are. See if I can find that, then get the call going. Here we go. All right, Heather, there you go. Now let's try this call again. All right, open this up, press this, start the audio, and see if anybody responds. Now, should be getting a response from Aristides. We hope that that's the key. I can't even get it out. We hope that that's the case. All right. Check my messages. Okay. Interesting. What is it? Heather says hi. Yes. Oh, you're on the call. Say hi. Verbally. Oh, it's Aristides. You've joined. Yes.
Oh, hey.
Yes, welcome.
How about that?
Yeah, yes.
Right on time.
Well, yeah, kind of. So welcome aboard, and thank you so much for responding. Obviously, it would be awkward without you. Do me a favor, and if you feel like you're up to it, jump into the blurb, and then we'll take it from there. Wait a second. Let's test.
Okay.
Let's see whether you're responsive on the OBS. And Heather, say hi. Hi, verbally. Heather, she has to come off mute. Okay. Well, you say hi again, Aristides. Maybe she'll respond.
Everybody?
Yeah.
How's that OBS?
OBS is working. It sees you. It registers you.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Heather.
Hi.
Oh, there we are. Beautiful. Okay. Oh my God. So, well, let us know when you're ready, Aristides, when you feel ready to jump in right now. Otherwise, Heather and I can hold it for a few moments. How do you feel? Yeah.
About a minute or so, but let's make sure to tell everybody to hit the thumbs up, upvote, get the algorithm, on the positive.
Yes.
Yes.
By all means. By all means. And thank you. Upvote, and on all channels, every channel that you got. So dearest Heather, catch us up. How was your weekend? You have a birthday coming up. It's on my calendar for Monday of next week.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's so cute. You turned 12.
Yeah. All of
Oh, Vin belongs in prison.
Oh, yeah, sure. He kind of is in a way.
Oh, yes. So, it's like, at any rate, well, at any, so what are you doing to prep for that? This new
Well,
event?
I was coming out to California. I don't know if I've decided to go or not. Being that I really didn't earn a vacation or anything like that, it's like, I won't have that much money, but I'm thinking about maybe going and maybe not. I'm not sure.
Okay. Either way, that's yeah, that's neat. That's a neat idea, and yeah, I take it that you don't communicate much with Noreen Helphand at all anymore. I certainly lost track of her.
No, I haven't talked to her in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I lost track. Yeah.
the other day.
What's that?
I was thinking about her the other day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's a nice person, thoroughly misguided, but
Yeah, yeah. I hope she's doing okay. I'm sure she's got her hands full with her mom.
I would be shocked if her mother were alive.
Really? I thought her was pretty steady. I mean, for an older lady,
I mean,
she seemed like her mental would go before her body.
right. But that's always like you never know when that goes because it's gradual enough where that
Yeah.
it's gone a long time before it really goes.
Yeah.
In some cases, that's one of those cases where I would think it would be because her mother didn't strike me as very, particularly, I don't know, active. I guess she wasn't bedridden in any sense. She was quite mobile. Yeah.
No, that was a while ago. It's been like at least like maybe 3 or 5 years since I've talked to Noreen, but her mom she would still like go,
Out.
she has roses in her garden and stuff.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, her mother is of course Japanese, and as an Asian woman has an advantage genetically, but
Yeah.
towards longevity. But as such, yeah, it was just that I got the feeling that it wasn't bad. Her mother was not, like you said. It's hard to tell. It may feel like 5 years ago to you, but I
No,
could.
it feels a little bit longer.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't it more like 10?
Probably. Yeah, no, I kept in touch with Noreen for a little while after Revolution Radio.
Yeah, okay. You mean after, because she was involved with Revolution Radio for maybe about 5 years after I was, and then kind of drifted off. So
yeah, I would listen to her show every once in a while, but I don't even know what's on there anymore.
Well, it's not on anymore, right? She stopped that like maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, her? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, yeah, though.
Yeah.
Find out. I should give her a call, maybe.
Well, no, she definitely stopped that maybe about half a decade ago at least. More like, it feels almost like 10, but yeah.
I lose track of time,
Yeah, same here. Yeah, but her show was called Wild at Heart. I remember that. It was called Wild at Heart. It was just a round table, really. She would just sit there and ask people to come on, and then she'd get all these white guys with white grievance on, and they just bitch about, all the issues of being white. That's what I remember. Am I wrong?
She had her one friend, and they were really good friends for a while. The guy that would produce for her or something.
Oh, that
then they had
guy.
then they had a falling out.
Oh, let me hear that. Let me hear about that. That sounds juicy. What? How did that happen?
I don't know what happened. I have no idea.
Because usually Noreen's a pretty, generally speaking, she's pretty pliable. She's not particularly.
She's easy to get along with. She's not difficult to get along with at all.
She snapped on me. Not in the sense that people might think. I just couldn't. It had to do with the white politique, but the white politique. That's what it did. It was. I was just trying to make some casual jokes of all people. MİMዀM㩒Dy, a Japanese American guy who was in the UFO community. It would probably be impossible to find that guy's name now. But he would put on a cowboy hat. He wanted to be American so bad. are white acculturated so bad. He would put on a cowboy hat and sing Western songs and shit. It was just,
Was he Asian?
yeah, he just said he was Nikkei America,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
He was all ethnically Japanese, pure ethnically Japanese. And this guy would put on a cowboy hat and sing cowboy songs. He was so desperate to be white acculturated, and I was going to make a few jokes at his expense. They were just casual. They weren't vicious. I mean, I'm a quarter Japanese myself, but I never got those jokes out simply because I started talking. I had to preface the joke, the lead up, right, by talking about the white community. And so when I tried to preface it by that context, she went off. And when she went off, she went off. It was like she killed the show. She killed the show. She took up all 2 hours. That was like, we had to knock her off after 1 hour. I had to cut her off, but she still attacked by text. Still just kept clogging up the text. This was her issue. This was her, so I after that I pretty much blocked her and left her to that crowd, and that was what I presume was her crowd on Revolution Radio. But the guy who was close to her, that's not the guy who had there was this one guy on Revolution Radio who he is preeminent, the apex of his life, the pinnacle of his life was he was sick all the time, and the pinnacle of his life was he was at one point in a overcrowded hospital where he was in this kind of stable condition where, since he was sick all the time and always in the hospital and they didn't have enough beds, they put him in a bed that was near the entrance. So he was like the bedridden greeter from the hospital.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody was brought into the ER. So they had him near the ER to put him on life support whenever he destabilized. But otherwise he'd be near the entrance for when they brought people into the hospital. So he'd be like their unofficial bedridden greeter who would just tell people, hey, it's okay, they'll take care of you, that sort of thing, which is kind of the role he took. Do you remember this guy? That was the pinnacle of his...
I can't remember his name.
And he had this brain thing that he ultimately died of. Yeah. Is that the producer you're talking about that was working with her?
I don't remember his name even.
Yeah.
But he was from Canada.
Yes,
I know he was in Canada.
He was in Canada. That's right. That was only there would they have a weird system like that, where he would be in America. You would never have that.
Yeah.
Where somebody would be that, much. You could never develop that level of professional and client intimacy where they would just leave you as the unofficial bedridden greeter in America for a hospital. It just not gonna happen.
Right, unless you took it upon yourself. But anyway.
Yeah, well, they'd arrest you at that point.
Yeah. Well, no, I have nothing bad to say about Noreen. She was always really easy to get along with. She's always nice to me, and I love her. I can't say just because I haven't talked to her, I can't say anything negative.
Oh yeah. No, I hear you. No, look, I'm not asking for that, but I'm just curious as to what the producer.
Oh, where
was that guy? Or any details on why
I forgot his name.
Oh,
it'll come back to me in the next couple minutes.
That would be why she left Revolution Radio, because she couldn't produce. She couldn't produce for herself. That had to be it, right?
Well, I think she just got bored with it, that it just was the same for so long.
Yeah, well, yeah, a bunch of white guys showing up to bitch about it. Yeah, white grievance, yeah.
Yeah, I'll admit, Douglas, after you weren't on Revolution Radio, it just was never the same.
You don't need to tell me that. Yeah, that's cute. That's
yeah. They never gave you enough credit.
Well, they found out after I was gone. After I was gone and Sean David Morton was arrested, I went to jail. Yeah, they had nothing.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened. Back in the good old days, it's just not the same anymore.
Oh my God. Well, it wasn't like we're missing much, honey. That always was just like this odd platform. It was what it was. It wasn't a good place.
It was strange. It was like a hit of the back rooms or something.
Yes. That's perfect. I couldn't have gotten that out without you. That describes it perfectly. It was Backrooms Radio. Backrooms Radio. Delightful, yes. Oh, it's fucking perfect. Oh, and yes, and so all that being said, I'm Just happy that okay, people are gathering. Everybody, make certain to bring a friend. Let's get the numbers up. And
Yeah, if Holly's listening, I want to encourage Holly to come on and say hi, because I have a couple questions maybe she can help me with if
yes,
she's listening.
yes.
Yeah.
Holly, if you're listening, by all means, you heard the lady. All right. So let's check on Aristides. How you holding up, Aristides?
Oh, all right. I think I'm settled now.
Okay, good man. All right, let's let him do his thing. And
Thing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. You good?
Yeah.
Heather's good.
Yeah, Heather's good. I guess one thing to
Um,
clarify for our listeners, for those of you who are wondering about Noreen Helpan was what she called herself, a double JAP. I cannot say the word out loud because we have people who are willing to jump, who are just waiting to jump on anything to report. So, but anyhow, she was a Jewish American princess in the sense her father was Jewish and her mother was Japanese. So she called herself a double JAP, as in Jewish American princess combined with Japanese ancestry. But her father was, of all things, quite factually quite true. In other words, this is not some kind of fantasy. He worked in the Secret Service and met her mother because he was stationed in Japan to try and interdict North Korean counterfeit money, which is the best counterfeit money in the world. The best counterfeit American currency in the world is produced in North Korea. It's so exact that they've had to change our currency to stay a step ahead of the North Koreans multiple times. And of course, it funnels through Japan. So he was there to try and interdict it at source because the Secret Service started off as a branch of the Department of the Treasury and was meant to really protect money, America's currency, before they were ever affiliated with guarding the president specifically. And so her father was this Jewish Secret Serviceman, Jewish ethnicity, in America, and then that's how her mother got the U.S. citizenship. So she that's kind of like the best way to contextualize her. Other than that, Holly Kiefer responds. Holly Kiefer says to Heather, in transit, we'll call in about 30. So thank you so much, Holly. We love you. Thank you so much for your response. Well, by that time, Aristides will be winding down. So, dear Aristides, thank you so much for your patience with that. Take it away.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Okay. So, as we stated right in the beginning, where it's most important, if you have not already, please hit the thumbs up upvote, or if you have arrived since then, not just to show your support, but to show the algorithm that this content is significant and should be prioritized, and even more so because there are downvotes placed. You cannot see them. YouTube hides them. That's typical of all YouTube these days, and hard to believe, but that does happen because certain people have it out for Douglas. Hard to believe there too. So
yeah, who'd have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought? But everybody's got their haters, and so the haters got a few bots, and they crank a small set of downvotes on there right away. So need those thumbs up, upvotes, likes to balance those out, because the algorithm does determine the likelihood that Doug is shown in search results, suggested content, etc. In other words, being able to reach people and find new listeners and engage people, and ultimately make a living and make money doing so, because that is what he does here via contributions. So we will get to that. But while we're talking YouTube stuff, to like or upvote, you do need to be logged in. Just like doing any YouTube functions, you need to be logged in. It's a good thing because it does put some control on the way people can abuse such things as upvotes. But you need to be logged in, and if you haven't done so yet, do that. If you've never done that, if you have a Gmail, I think that's the easiest, most transparent way, or I'm sure they'll let you sign up with some other type of email. I don't know. Just follow the prompts or whatever if you can manage to do that. But Gmail is how I do it, and I presume Doug does it, and seems to be the easiest way. So if you have a Gmail, whip that out, dust off. Everybody's got an old one they don't use anymore, or a few, and they can be useful too. So find all those old passwords, and get signed in with a Gmail or however else you're going to end up doing that. And then you can do upvoting and other things. You can let's see. I think at any time you can hit the share button. Share the content. Either hit the share button. You could grab the link right out of the browser bar, but if you hit the share button, the algorithm sees that, feels that, and then you can grab the same link there, or just use one of the direct share links to a certain platform if you want. Share the content. So like, share, subscribe. All the things all the streamers and say, but here it's a matter of life or death. So they think it is for them too, but a lot of them are just clowns. And they probably could go get a regular day job if they wanted.
Oh, no, actually they couldn't. They're unemployable. Go on.
Well, okay.
Actually, they're not, because that's all based on pretense. But yes, you get my point. I mean, nobody would want to work with them.
Yeah.
It's not a question
they
of,
let's just say they probably don't have the challenges that Doug has had. So
yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So
I like that.
And if anything, they can call up the basement steps to their mom and have her bring a snack, and it'll be all right.
May as well be that way. It may as well be if it's not. Yes. God.
Yeah. But Doug does need it. He does this on officially as his job through his Working Disabled program. It's his official job. Even though he's disabled, he's still out there doing this to inform people and save the world. So you should upvote. You should subscribe if you see the button there. Definitely hit it. If it's offering that to you, you're not subscribed, so please hit that. If you don't see it, it could be because you're subscribed, but you will want to check that, because people do certainly get unsubscribed by YouTube. It does that anyway to a lot of people, especially here. The way to check that, at some point, don't click on the blue Douglas Dietrich name there. That'll take you to the main channel page. Will click you out of here, so don't just press on that. If you're confident opening another tab right now or later on, go check that out. And right there at the top, it'll show your subscription status. At either place, you'll see this little bell. It's a notification bell. You want to click that, and there's different options there. The preferred option is all, and that will send a little pop-up to your device every time he comes on. So it's a very useful tool. Nothing to remember, nothing to, a reminder to set, and also probably a good confirmation you are still subscribed, because if the pop-up stop, then you should be concerned and go check. So, turn that on. Other things you can do being logged into YouTube is comments below the show window after the live. When it's in a replay, we only get them after, unlike special people who are monetized or otherwise privileged and beautiful. Who we still have to talk about her.
Which
Yeah.
who? I'm sorry.
Yeah, someone else who gets comments during the live below. Okay, because we have a live chat. Okay, for people who are confused, we have a live chat that's always there, and you're encouraged to participate if you're logged in.
Yes.
But generally, videos will have comments below them that are not part of the chat, just a comment, and here they're enabled only after the live when it converts to a regular video. For some people, they're open during their live, but those are people who apparently have something fancy going on there. Maybe they're monetized or somehow blessed. I don't know.
Favored or groomed or favored or somehow deep
something like that. Yeah, something. Or I don't know, use some type of mechanism that Doug is not. He's not monetized. He's not has any bells and whistles on his channels, and in fact, He's lucky that it exists at all. So
That's
it's
so true. Oh,
that's
yeah.
been a struggle.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you can leave comments afterwards, and that definitely helped the algorithm. Very encouraged. Say whatever you like. Doesn't have to be well thought out. Definitely upvote any other comments too, because that will help the algorithm, as will the commenting, your own commenting, and the upvotes help the comments from being disappeared, because if they're downvoted and means similar to what we said earlier, they can be disappeared by YouTube. So upvote them. That's why Doug upvotes his own comment, is his little battle to keep it from going away, because all he does is post his website and PayPal info, and so trying to get that out there. So
Thank you.
Comment,
it's a
upvote
struggle
comment.
just to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Just
Yeah, you can't even pin the comments now.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all these little all these little privileges they take away from you. It's like all these little humiliations, like you can't pin comments. You can't enter a link in your own chat, or can you enter any link, or you just can't enter the PayPal, or it's just no links whatsoever. You can enter links.
All I can say is thank God it's been this Penny Annie graduated petty response level. All I can say is thank God for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but at the same time, it is what it is. That they're doing their best. It's psychological warfare, and any normal person would have given up, but I can't. This truly is what I make my money off of. This is all I'm paid for at the estates is blood. So,
and really, what would you do? I mean, just go down to the coffee shop and be like, hey, I want a job.
I certainly couldn't.
Right. Live a normal life. Okay. One other thing we didn't cover is once you're logged in, up in the corner will be your little account management thingy. You can create a little avatar for it. If you click on that, one of the first things is switch account. It's in there that you can register other Gmails or whatnot, basically other logins to YouTube there, and then you can pick between them. And if you do that, sounds like a lot of work. It's not. And then once you do that, it's almost no trouble at all to switch between them. They can all do their own independent upvoting, and you can, in fact, vote more than once here in the Dietrich democracy. So it's just for the fun of it, since you can vote more than once somewhere where it actually matters, why not do that, right? So
yes,
if you're willing to do that with multiple accounts, even if you only have one account logged in, and that's all you're going to have underneath that account in the same spot there, you can create channels. And like might say, what's the difference? But signing into YouTube and publishing is two different things. So if you're publishing, you have to create a channel to do so. That's a different name and identity, a different appearance than your login. But it you don't have to publish anything on it. But what it provides is a separate identity that can upvote on its own also. So you got layers there. You can have multiple accounts. You can have multiple channels. And if you're just bored, and you really have seen no purpose in life, you could create, you could create like 5 logins and with 5 channels under each one, and you could just spend the whole show just upvoting. Anyway, that's okay. A little extreme, but that's where you would go to, at least throw a couple, 2, 3, if you can use these means, and that's very helpful. So realize not everybody's going to do these things. If you just show up and just hit the upvote, that'll be great. That'd be great for people that are a little more ambitious. You can use those means to put multiple votes. So
yes.
And
don't forget commentary. Commentary is more than welcome. Yeah.
Comments, all that.
Even if it's just to hurl invective. Commentary.
Really anything. Yeah. Right. YouTube doesn't know. It just sees activity. So
No.
Yeah. Anything. Be like, I'm really mad my team lost the game today.
Yes.
I think there was some important game going on. That's what I kind of got. I don't even know
I'll
what
get
the hell
into
it
that
was.
soon enough. I'll get into that soon enough.
I don't even know what the hell it was. That's what kind of sports fan I am. I don't know, what was it, like foosball? Like, who was playing? Like,
Your dad wasn't into any of that shit? Did your dad like any
What?
sports or no?
he eventually came to like the American football, I guess, when you're, you know, spent long enough sitting around the TV back in the day, and that's all they had was TV.
God damn, that's awful. Wasn't that awful? Those
Yeah, I know. It's like, even then said, like, he's like, I didn't like it at first, but he's like, you know, the guys at work were talking about it and whatever, and eventually he sat down and you know, started watching it, and
that's cute.
I mean, it was a simpler time. It was just something to do. It was something, you know, it was like back in the day when, you know, all you had was like your radio, and like all that was coming in was, you know, they would shut down the normal music and be like the game, because the game was on, you know. It's like, it's what there was to do. Like, what are you gonna do? Sit there listen to the crickets? Like, so you listen to the game.
It's so true. No, it's so true. That's
Yeah.
like, God, it makes me.
Sure.
I don't look back on that with any longing, I assure you. But it's
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. It was like you said, it was so apolitical. People were generally apolitical. It was just like,
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It wasn't as high stakes as these days. So
oh yeah,
for sure. What else? What didn't we cover? Yeah, share the link anywhere you can. Email, chats, text, printing out QR codes,
yes.
taping them up in the bathroom stall. What else? If you're on the PC during the replay, you can right click. If you're listening and something really fascinating is going on, you're like, ooh, I know who needs to hear this part. You can right click, and it'll let you generate a link with a little timestamp that leads right to that point. That's useful. I don't know how to do that on a phone. I was not able to figure that out. So, or just send them the link and be like, hey, go to, you know, this time. I mean, it is hard to scroll on the phone though. Phones still suck.
Well, both Aristides and I are products of a different time.
Yeah.
We're not phone people. There are people who grew up on these phones, and they do everything on their phone. I don't know how they do it, because I can't even. The phone is so small. Screen is so small. How do you even do that? There's people who watch porn on phones. I could never do that. It's so small. It's so fucking small.
I mean, you know, that worked, but it's like when you get that little scroll bar with your, you know, when it's that small, everybody's fat fingering it, even if you got dainty finger, you know, and you're trying to scroll through hours of program, you know, like go to, you know, 3 hours, 42 minutes, and you're like trying to scroll in like 5 minutes this way, and then you're 5 minutes, you know. On the PC, you could just be like right there. Right.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All
right. Now, all right.
Now
you sound like a bunch of old farts bitching.
Yes, we are. That's because we are.
Yeah. All right. So almost done. Talk about let me see how many asterisks and footnotes. Asterisks in the title.
Yes.
The title is always filled up with fascinating stuff, and if that wasn't enough, there is a whole description. This one's quite large. A whole description. If you click see more, you should always have a look at that. Everything Doug wants to acknowledge for the show this time, and if there is an asterisk, that refers to certain itemized footnote in that description. Let's see. It's the 10th Pulse nightclub
Night of Remembrance. Yes.
Yeah. Anniversary has like a good connotation, like, you know, happy anniversary, you know.
Right. You don't want that. No.
Happy nightclub massacre anniversary.
No, we don't want that. No.
Yeah, right. Day of Remembrance sounds more bright. So it's right. It's 10 years to the day, then or thereabouts.
What's on Friday? Yes. What's on Friday? Right. That's why I was gone.
So close.
Yes.
Right. Close as you can come. How about that? So that's how a footnote works. And always a lot of other stuff there, different languages. Definitely checks off your multicultural requirement, your DEI, training. You can tell them at work you're exempt, and then tell them about Doug Dietrich. Send them the link, and tell them that we said you're exempt from the training.
That's
See how
right.
that goes. All right.
Right.
And before they cut off your badge and your email, send to whole company the link to the show or the channel. Just kidding.
Yeah, we are just kidding. You don't want
All right.
to.
Unless you're ready to, I mean, unless you needed a reason. If you were just sitting there, like, just, please give me a reason, like, then okay, hey man, here you go. But don't do that. We want you to have a job so that you can contribute. Yeah, let's get to that. Yeah, let's get to that. So assuming you have an income of whatever kind, we don't really care what kind, to contribute. Last but not least, actually the most important thing you can do, if you skip all that other stuff that was just said, is contribute actual money via PayPal, preferably. Let's put the link in there. So that is the preferred way. Get back to that. So,
Indeed.
Yep.
Without Aristides, I couldn't do that because I'm not allowed to put links in my own channel.
Oh wait, is it any links at all?
No. I can't put links to my own PayPal and shit. It's odd. I don't know how it's somehow they managed to do that.
Right, like how do they discriminate? Like,
somehow they can.
It's not that hard. All they have to do is be like, exclude, this and that,
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you can do anything.
Yeah,
so
true.
it's their playground.
Yeah.
So yeah, Doug can't even put his own PayPal link. At least he can put it in the comments for now.
Yes.
All right.
Which I cannot pin.
Right, but you can't pin it. But you can't put it in the chat. So we just put it in the chat. The PayPal, and that basically links to your personal PayPal, Douglas D. Dietrich. And that is the preferred way. That's his personal, so they do not take the little business tax or business fee out of it, which happens for business PayPals. He does have that. We'll get to that. Yes. So there is the PayPal. Wait, let me put the explaining comment there, because people look, and especially if you're like squinting your eyes, monitor's far away, you're like, what's that little blue link? I don't know. So I put it here, screaming in big caps, like, just to make it clear, like, right? Because who would know? Who would know? Like, can't say you didn't, and be like, I didn't know that. Like, well, there you go. So there's the preferred PayPal. Beyond that, if you do not have a PayPal, do not want to have one or be logged in or anything, you have some kind of grief with PayPal, that's fine. Some people do, or they don't like these things. If you just have any type of card, credit or debit card, you can also pay with that. And the way to do that is go to the website. I'll put that in there. Website, douglasdietrich.com. Can't forget that. Yes. And go there and click on the donate button, not the one in the middle. Well, you can click on that. It's we call it the practice button. It's just we can't remove it because Doug doesn't have a web person to do that, but it doesn't work. So it's just practice. Call it like just normalizing, going through the motions, clicking the committing. That's what it is. And then when you're all ready, hit the yellow one up in the upper right corner that has the credit card logos underneath it. Hit that. It says donate, and it'll give you a little menu. One of them will be donate with debit or credit card. That does not require to be logged in any way. It only requires the card in hand. So there you go. So make it even easier. You can even use your Venmo directly. They have a link there, or you can search out a PayPal. If you'd like to search out the, this is the business PayPal. You see it says Dietrich Productions Incorporated. They do take a small fee out of it. So only if you're just going card only. I mean, okay, if you want to hit the Venmo thing there, or you can go in Venmo and actually search for PayPals to go send money to. So yes. Could do that and send it to the Douglas D. Dietrich. or finally it says donate with PayPal, but that means being logged in. But if you can be logged in, use the other link. But if whatever, I mean, we're not going to really, fuss if you dump a bunch of money into either one. But that's the lay of the land, at least. Especially if you see I see a checkbox says make this a monthly donation. That would be you can sleep well at night, and if nothing else, if people say God damn you've accomplished nothing in your life, you're a loser. But if you click that, if you click the monthly donation button, then all that is just washed away, and you're a wonderful person. If you make a monthly recurring
yes,
donation.
you've redeemed yourself in life.
Yep. Yes. There you go.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
The whole reason for your existence has been rationalized.
Yeah. Right. I mean, if you happen to be signed into, whoever was complaining about you into their PayPal when you check that, then what do we know? Right. Add another zero. Oh man. So there's all your electronic options that are really set up. There really is no Cash App or other things. If you really have money there, you can't transfer otherwise. Leave some type of comment or email. We'll give the email. Hold on. Beyond that, you want to send something in the mail. You're very old fashioned, and to live in a cabin out in the woods with a generator and powered by a water wheel, and you don't have any of these things, but you have a post office that you ride your horse to. Go there, bring the cash or the gold that you prospected or whatever there. And if you want to send something in the physical mail, a postal money order would probably be the best. Make it out to Douglas Dietrich. There you have to put an amount on that, so put a big amount, and then send that. If you're going to send anything in the mail, you should probably send him an email. We're going to assume that you can figure out some way to send an email if you're that off grid. So that he can give you his address, and then he can know that it's on its way. So
yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you just completely can't do any of these things, well then I don't know, send your moral support, because we don't know what to tell you. I don't know. If you really want to give your address out constantly, I'll leave it up to you.
Well, no, we best not do that anymore.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, you have in the past, but for those paying attention. But best thing is to email and somehow, or just say anyway. Just communicate any way you can in the chat, in a comment. Say but you'd have to make some, a login, but you can use your, you can make a burner login, and then put your comment, be like, get in touch. I have a large amount of money I want to send over before I leave the country, and however you're going to do it.
Yes. And plenty of people are leaving the country, but go on. Yes.
Yeah. Right. So, that's it. Send me an email if you want to send something in the mail. Money order, personal check is fine. Whoever it is, we don't really care. As long as it clears. So,
yes. We are.
Yeah. So. Yeah, grandma's one out of grandma's checkbook. She'll never know.
She's never going to use it anyway.
Never going to use it, Just sit there and be like, oh, I don't know, clutching these imaginary pearls, as they do. And, whoever she was going to give it to is going to squander it, something stupid anyway.
Yes. So true.
Really, it really is. So put it to good use.
Oh, we've all done
cash. If you really, not advisable to send cash in the mail. But if so, bind it up tight inside something well taped up. Multiple layers. Even in a care package of some kind. If you'd like to send that, or at least nice card with one of those rigid envelopes. Cash, anything you got of value.
Yes. Oh, there we have it.
Within reason. I mean, if
Yeah. Well, not
like a
necessarily
$10,000 Rolex, and you don't feel like running an auction, like okay. But if it's if it's like these few odd baseball cards that you found, like no, unless it's one of those, it's like worth $1 million. Yeah. I wouldn't know.
But there you go. It's hard to tell, and so continue. That's
I know. Yeah, right. Or if it's original Superman #1 episode, original issue. Then do send that comic book. Send that because that's worth a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
I heard a story once. Friends that I had, there was like the parents, like the dad, was into that when he was young, and he still had a box of and he had the Superman #1. Jesus. The original. Incredible. With the first kid, and like one day when like the mom was all like huffy and puffy, like just threw the box out.
Oh.
And that was like, how much that would be worth.
You mean that's the resolution? That's the end of that story? She threw it out.
That's the end of the story. Threw the box out. Yeah, here we go. How much is Superman comic #1? Wait. Original vintage copy. Superman published 1939. Is worth anywhere from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, depending on its condition.
Yes, that's true.
Oh my God. A high grade copy recently set the all-time world record, selling for $9 million.
Yeah. People keep doing this. People do this all the time. They just yes, people do this all the time.
Yeah. So from what I heard, I mean, I don't know if it was the 1939. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends. I'm sure they republished the.
No.
So
it's only one of those. In other words, you could tell if it's republication because they would not have republished it with the same cover. They would have it would have been stylized, formatted so differently that the cover is terminally unique. It's recognizable because he's lifting the car. And if they ever reissued the story, they would reprint the story with a different cover. So it's it's identifiable, and it's
I see a picture here. In the corner.
So this individual, you knew this person personally? Like
I knew. They were friends of mine. It was the story of their parents from before I knew them.
Okay.
When mom threw out, and he had to forgive her and.
No, you don't forgive someone for something like that. I'm sorry. Oh my God. That's painful. That's just so painful. Oh my God.
See, going these stupid old comic books, and you just toss them.
Oh my God. Well, at the same time. Anyhow, it's just, it doesn't even bear dwelling on. It's just going to become more painful.
Let's let it go.
Scab. Yeah,
let's let it go.
Just let it go. But I mean, I don't understand if he knew the value of it, he just thought she was never going to touch it, and just left it in area.
I don't know. I can't speak to the
Yeah, it's just.
Apparently it was original. Sounded like original Superman.
It's not hard to believe. It's not hard to believe.
Yeah.
It's just
right.
Because I hear these things all the time, and they're all too often they're quite true. Oh God. So anything else you want to wrap up with, or I'll kind of take it from here just to explain to people, answer a few questions. Want to thank Maple Maven in particular, who's who's our girl Amy Como. But anyhow, go on.
Gosh, let's just see. Let's see. I don't know. Miscellaneous news items. Let's see. You want to talk news? Here was a good one. Javier Milei, the wonderful president of Argentina. He had, believe it or not, he has a radical plan for techno-futurism. Okay. He says AI will free us, and it will open the door to businesses with no human oversight. Now, I did not find the corresponding article, so I just saw a screenshot. But who would have guessed that President Argentina was such a techno-futurist?
Yeah, well, there's a reason Peter Thiel is moving there, and why he's. Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Well, he's
Yeah.
moving everywhere. Peter Thiel's moving everywhere. But go on.
Yeah, right. They can literally afford to buy a house in like every country they care about.
Yes, yes. Not just houses, but citizenship. Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like you heard of dual citizen, they probably have like 5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're wealthy, you can do
Well,
that.
apparently it is real because it is coming up on search. Aims to unleash unregulated artificial intelligence to boost global productivity. Its government's radical plan relies on 3 core pillars: unrestricted AI, non-human corporations, favorable taxes. All right. He stated that much like the Industrial Revolution freed humanity from physical labor, AI will free us from the constraints of the human brain.
Wow.
Pushing, yeah. So in other words, we want you to be a bunch of mindless slugs. Pushing productivity beyond our wildest dreams. Well, with productivity should come, money and comfort. I assume that's coming to everybody too.
No, not that.
Somehow not.
Yes,
Yeah.
we want to free you from
Yeah.
thought. They want to free us from
Yeah,
thought.
right. Yeah. Hopes to foster a global haven for technological innovation. Here's a term here. However, this techno-libertarian vision faces severe scrutiny from legal scholars and ethicists. Yeah, well, we know who his buddies are. So, moving on. Let's see.
Oh, you're killing me.
There's a whole thing. There was, I don't know if there was if it's the same thing as the supposed, what people are touting as this merger between the U.S. military and Israeli military. And then here I have a thing that says Senator Tom Cotton proposed a law. Now, I don't know if this is, it's probably part of the same package. Could merge Mossad and the CIA forever. I mean, and, wow.
It's so exciting.
It's funny because you see interviews like with it, like I've seen at least one with the ex-CIA guy who was like, yeah, every time the Israelis showed up, he's like, we had to basically we built a separate conference building just to have them come because and they'd come be like, here's some gifts, and we take them apart and there'd be like all these bugs in them, all these not insects but like surveillance devices, it's like, so what? So then just remove all the constraints there, so we can't even say no, we're not telling you that. I don't know if that's real. Again, I haven't looked up the link on that.
I'm sure it all is, but please do just follow up anyway, just to be sure. But
right, just so I'm not spewing bullshit, because sometimes people make up completely realistic looking posts that are not real. So.
And yet we're hearing enough of this. We're hearing enough of it where it seems like it's hard to doubt.
Yeah, well, it's real. Okay, yeah, it's real.
There we go.
Yeah. Sections. I don't know if that's part of, because there was the whole thing about the whole military, being infrastructure being, conjoined as if it isn't already. But they just want on the books. Yeah. Yeah, they're basically like, yeah, we can, you can stop sending us money if you just, do this. Right.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, which is basically surrender your sovereignty. We already have done that. We've surrendered our sovereignty and we give them money. What more do they want?
Yeah. Let's see.
Everything, of course. They want it all.
Yeah.
They want it all. It's at this point they just might as well make it official. That's all that's going on. Is that they're making it official.
They want that. Yeah. What else do they want?
Yes.
See a thing here. Trump moves to deeply censor the entire internet.
All right.
Basically, I'd say congressional lawmakers are offering, him, or I don't know if it's him or the lawmakers or his lawmakers, surrender their ability to regulate AI because they don't want states like to be able to regulate AI for some reason.
Yeah.
They don't want like if you have the state,
But they don't want the state to be able to regulate AI because they want a totally unregulated, industrial revolution.
Right.
AI, post-industrial.
Yeah, we can't have like a state with its own sovereignty putting the brakes on that. So they have to surrender their ability to regulate AI in exchange for 3 federal censorship bills that would effectively kill anonymous internet use forever. So yeah, they hate anonymous, that you can like just go on a social media and create an account that's like basically not linked to your name. Like you can use like a some kind of throwaway email, sign up, put whatever name you want. They hate that.
It's funny, they keep saying that we're going to get this unlimited freedom through all this AI and shit, and yet they don't want you to have that freedom.
Right. Yeah. No anonymous commenting, of course, because they're going to try to move digital ID. Other countries where they're more of a let's call it a captive audience, are already they're already moving towards that. And they say it's for, to keep kids safe and some bullshit, but it's not. I don't know. I saw another interesting thing. It was for other reasons, obviously for control, but it was also for like revenue or something. Age verification. It was like, we want to keep kids safe so they don't see, violence and dirty things. But it's like, but also because like, it's something about like they can't market stuff to children. So like if they don't know the age of the person, they can't like something that has to basically do with making money. It's like, I don't know. It was I'd have to find it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's like, now we know you're old enough. We can put you in our ad marketing database and figure out how to make more money off you.
That's what comes with maturity. That's what comes with it's the privilege of age. It's yeah. That's imagine that. It's you pay to be older, and so at any rate,
right.
this is all part of the I guess just inevitable. So go on in terms of
they don't want anybody off the leash. Right. Right. Yeah. Everybody digitally ID verified, everybody plugged in, everybody part of their blockchain of flesh, I guess.
Yes, that's right. Now this is pretty ironic considering the fact that we'll get into it soon enough. Musk, of course, has enabled, it personally requested that all the barriers be taken off of his AI child porn. I'll get into that soon enough. By the way, welcome to Sonat YouTube, who says Happy Pride Month. That's certainly appreciated. Dog, as in Doug, your DESC is satirical, right? Laughing my fucking ass off. Not quite sure what DESC is, but whatever. Welcome aboard, and we'll just take it from there. But it does kind of segue into the thumbnail in tonight's live stream.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so thumbnail embedded. First, I'd like to draw everyone's attention to the fact that I want more people to review Wednesday's episode as well when you have a chance. Wednesday's episode was Alexander the Great Death Day, and I was literally forced, almost against my will, to really speak in depth about Alexander the Great. And it remarkably, I guess this is the wonders of AI. See if you can find this on your own search. When you go to the latest episode before tonight's, you will find that YouTube has actually put a face of Alexander into the summary. So a bust. It's a picture of a bust of Alexander that makes my point, which is...
In the summary?
Yeah, it's in the summary. If you open up the summary to the text box to the episode dated Wednesday, June 10th.
Open up the summary.
So if you open the
There's a
summary,
picture?
Wednesday, June 10th, there should be a picture. It says people mentioned.
Right.
And
Oh.
there's a picture of Alexander the Great, the bust of Alexander the Great, King of Macedon.
People.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, let me go there.
Yeah. And that's I think that's AI. It's got the eye in the circle on it. That I do believe that means AI added that. Now, if it's only doing that for me.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
it's
you-
what they've done. They've added a feature where you see this other places where it's like, yeah, it knows that this person was mentioned. It's a significant figure. So it basically gives you, a clickable thing
Mhm.
to go, if you want to go on to look at that more about that person.
Interesting. So you
So,
see it though.
yeah.
You see what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the
I
reason,
think this is a new feature.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
the reason that's important is because you can see how that parallels that image with what I was trying to present with the biofacsimilacra. So the biofacsimilacra is posed in the Alexandrian pose with the turn of the head. Now that's extraordinarily important because that was his brand. Again, just a brief description of Alexander, and it's amazing that AI did this
Oh.
because in my text I reference Alexander the Great, but in manners that AI normally could not interpret. It's something that a person has to be looking for what I'm saying in order to even understand what they're looking at. As our man Aristides can attest, you have to be a really intelligent person to look at Dietrichonic and actually know what you're looking at. You have to work at it, at least. And most people have told me they feel a lot smarter just by working at it. It's like solving a puzzle to them. And that's important to me. At any rate, Alexander the Great was basically, his hair was blonde and tousled. He wore it long to resemble a lion's mane. He was fair-skinned and clean-shaven, which was the exact opposite of the norm for men in his culture. And they took this to be a sign of femininity. Now, according to Alexander biographer Peter Green, his teeth were sharply pointed, like little pegs, who also informs us that Alexander's voice was high-pitched and tended to harshness when he was excited. He was given to scurrying about in a fast and nervous manner, and he carried his head to the left, either out of some physical defect, perhaps torticollis, or mere affectation. Now, I was trying to emulate that in the biofacsimilacra, but you don't really appreciate it until you see the comparison with Alexander's bust in the photograph provided by AI alone, below. So that was a great service provided by AI, so I do want to bring that to people's attention. And of course, review the episode because I speak of how he was a monster slayer. And it's for this reason that monsters changed their entire behavior, just as sharks changed their migration patterns to follow the slave trains and the slave boats of the slave trades routes of shipment. So they could just feed off the bodies that were constantly tossed overboard as they died en route. So monsters changed their behavior to become singular hunters of people alone in the dark. Was in the past where they would sweep down and take on entire masses of people and take them out. Alexander put a stop to that by killing so many of them that the entire behavior of monsters changed to the point where we came to believe in them as nothing but myths. Indeed, we came to disbelieve in them, even though Alexander is historically recorded as having slain many of them, scores at the least. And by that, we don't mean just like casual monsters. We mean what Japanese would call daikaiju, or greater cryptids, meaning giant monsters, like fucking Godzilla level. So with that, we turn to Holly Kiefer for a moment.
That show was smashing, start to finish.
Oh, bless you. Tell people about it. I love you.
It really was. It's epic. You guys got to hear it for yourself. Go back. And it's not terribly long. And it's doable. So don't miss that one. Douglas, over the centuries, have Gog and Magog been conflated with Joaquin and Boaz?
No, forgive me. I'm going blank on Joaquin and Boaz. So please give us some.
Twin pillars of Islam. but they were angry giants,
Okay.
like Gog and Magog.
Interesting. Okay, so they would be more like guardian figures in Islam, are they not? Or are they hostile to humanity? Or were they tamed somehow?
Either guardian or, yeah, tamed and chained into the pillars.
Okay, so I believe that what you're speaking of is they were bound and they are destined to return, but they're viewed more as bound by Allah. They're as opposed
Yeah.
to Gog and Magog, who are unleashed. So
Okay.
they may have been. I don't believe that Islam conflates them, but other
No.
faiths may do so. Other Abrahamic
Yeah.
faiths may do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I wondered about that.
But thank you for that question. Now I get what you're saying now, because they're kind of like my memory of them. Name them again, please. Using the Arabic name.
Joaquin,
Yes.
Joaquin with a J, and Boaz,
Yes.
Boaz.
Yes. That's we're supposedly destined to see their appearance or reappearance with the Jewish reestablishment of the Third Temple, and all hell breaking loose through that violation of sacred ground. At which point it's more like they lock down Yerushalayim at that point, and Yerushalayim becomes like the portal into hell, which
Yeah.
the Israelis themselves, of all people, made a horror film about, titled Jerusalem with a Z. That's about Israel being the gate to hell. That's so it's Jerusalem itself specifically. Bear in mind that Israelis have a kind of ambivalent feeling about Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is occupied by people that they hate. So
Yeah.
they claim that, however, as their capital, yet it's loaded with people that they really want to ethnically cleanse out of there.
Yeah.
So they
Because it was conquered like 3 times, right? In 70,
Oh,
and
at least.
350 AD, and
Yes.
over and over.
Yes, at least, yeah, and but it's in for another round. Is all I can say, and this one may be
Yeah.
something that will be, for all intents and purposes, kind of in perpetuity. It'll become kind of like a pit in perpetuity. At least that was Michael Aquino's full expectation. But all such being said, we got a great link to the YouTube video of Jerusalem with a Z from our dear friend Aristides. He found it right away.
Very good.
Yeah, when it comes to that question, thank you for that. I can go more into that
Right.
another day soon. Aristides, you
Was
had
there
something.
is there something else you want me to find? I forget.
Yeah, it was that Gaza, Alexander the Great's attack on Gaza. That it was that article that was linked by Realtek, but I gave it to you in the private messages. So hopefully you can.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't come.
Yeah,
Oops.
no worries. Oh yeah, no worries. If you find that, please, if you find it full, it's behind a paywall. So if you are able to access full copy of it,
okay.
please do. Yes, if you're able
Okay.
to access full copy of it somehow with your tricks and techniques, please do so.
Okay.
And as for tonight's image, the photograph embedded in thumbnail of live stream, that is not a biofac simulacra. That is Edbeth as a biofac simulacra, but this was inspired by the Pulse nightclub massacre. The full text of information about that travesty, that atrocity, is within summary of tonight's episode. And there's a story behind why Edbeth presents himself in that manner for respect and honoring of the people who died that night, because he almost did. This is one of those things that why I had to be so security conscious. Normally I would have told Brendan and T-Tank Berry in particular that I was going for the weekend early on Friday, but I could not, because the Pulse nightclub massacre is one of those incidents where Edbeth might have been actually the target to get at me. That happened 10 years ago, and we're sensitive enough about the topic that in order on the 10th anniversary to pay our respects, we had to travel in complete security, and I couldn't even tell Brendan and T-Tank that I was leaving early. So I was gone throughout the weekend for about 72 hours, 3 days, and totally incommunicado. And I apologize, I was unable to give them forewarning of that I normally do. But hopefully they'll respond and jump in tonight for a little bit, at least Brendan, because T-Tank doesn't usually jump onto the call. But he often enters in text various things. And that reminds me, so Holly, whenever you compliment me, it's very much appreciated. There's no need to do that in the private messages. You can say that publicly on the infinite call. I should see it.
Well, I would, but
Yeah.
I had to tell you, it was really something.
Thank you. You're so wonderful. Love you.
No, it was real.
Yeah. Well, you're
So,
amazing. Yeah.
how about that Tracy fire, for God's sake? That looks like the gates of hell.
Tell us about this, Tracy.
Jesus, if you see the footage,
Mhm.
it's a medical supply warehouse, so you can imagine how toxic that burns. And it's like, this complex, it's like long, like a quarter, half mile long. And from the footage, it all looks like it's burning completely evenly.
Wow.
So
Wow.
whoever lit that off, that had to be organized.
Yeah.
Because how it's just straight across the whole thing, one end to the other. The footage is stupendously breathtaking,
Yeah.
which is easy to see. God, it's incredible. Right next to the Amazon warehouse, which strangely didn't catch, unfortunately, which is just as big. Oh, Jesus, it's incredible.
Okay, so Brendan's responding via my cell phone. Here's the thing, I didn't care. Glad you were gone. I gotta answer with my fuck you finger. We have a fuck you finger on these cell phones, don't we? Yeah, we should.
We searched it before and found it.
It's hard to tell because I think I was searching for that on a different venue. Like might have been Microsoft Teams. I think that I was searching for that Microsoft Teams. But
don't send a peace sign by accident.
Yeah, good. Your point's well taken. Yeah, I always use the yellow hand, of course. Why isn't it going? Jesus.
I like the black hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll consider that.
Sent with a little foreboding. A veiled threat.
Yes. Oh, there we go. So I set him the flip. With the flip of the bird, as they say. So all that having been articulated.
So isn't the cage fight going on right now?
Absolutely. So I might as well get started. Let me begin now and just ask everybody to just interject. And I want you guys to throw yourselves in here. We'll take into. All I can say is this is what was strange. When I came home, there's a lot going down, but none of it explained what I came home to. So I came back to the crypt. Now everybody knows my address. Anybody who wants to find my address, you can find it instantly. I've been doxxed more times than any historical figure. People know every intimate aspect of my life. Basically, if you weed through all of the character assassination, basic things that have to do with security threat, anything having to do with location, bank account, addresses, all that shit, they'll just, they'll throw that out there just to get the, she says she's trending on TikTok. So Heather's trending on TikTok because of AI. She's produced something of art. She's produced a work of art that she needs to set up her own gallery. And so, yes, congratulations.
No. That's not what it was. What happened?
Okay, what happened?
I shared that picture with you of Lady Elaine Fairchild, and you guys were like, "What? Like, whatever." Ooh, I haven't thought of that in like 30 years, right? And so AI, I guess probably on Teams or the Copilot, like remembered that or something, and somebody went on TikTok to make a video with AI, and that was one of the filters that popped up. So now everybody like on TikTok is a trend. Now everyone's making a video with Lady Elaine, or they're dressing up like Lady Elaine, like cosplay. She's a thing now, and I hope that just brings people to the YouTube to find like a video of Fred Rogers. There's a video of him, and it says unopened letters after he died or something. You'll be shocked, and it just tells him like about Mr. Rogers and who he is, and he was a really cool guy. I remember I love him.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where it was from, anyways.
Oh, Lady Lane is from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's cute. But you have a.
But nobody nowadays, like millennials, they don't know who Mr. Rogers is, and so they see that and they're like, whoa, they don't like have the same kind of memories or emotions.
You had right. But they obviously find Lady Lane captivating in some manner or another. They seem to find.
No, they find her terrifying.
Yeah, that's of course. Yeah, which she is. I mean, that's.
That is what her character represents, is fear.
Interesting. You mean? Yeah. Do you feel that Mr. Rogers intended her to represent fear? Like?
Oh no, the video that I mentioned, it goes on to tell about the puppets and what they were and who they were, and his life story. How Lady Lane represented, I think, something like he stole somebody's lunch for a year, or I don't know, he did something bad and he had a bad feeling. So that's how she was created.
Wow. You had some questions to ask Holly.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll ask him in a little bit. I got to finish up what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Love you, Heather.
Yeah.
Love you too. Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. Yeah. So
hey, and I want to get something in about what you were talking about before about AI anonymity.
Please.
Which I staunchly supported the ending of, because for one reason only, because of what you said back in the day.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, when I'm up
there. Goddamn right.
Yeah.
But not so much anymore.
Well, let's put it this way. Like just so people get context here, when Aristides brought up what he was bringing up about AI, I was multitasking. And I wasn't really going to engage him in this deep philosophical argument about the merits of anonymity. Obviously, I've made my statement before that AI anonymity should not exist, because I want people to basically behave on the internet like human beings. And the problem is people hide behind these false little avatars, and they just go on the internet and they just spew. And this has to stop, because it goes nowhere.
Your resounding quote was, you don't get free speech and anonymity at the same time. It's one or the other, man.
Thank you. We cannot have both, because right now you
got to choose.
This is what's destroying everything. It's just people who are anonymous, who are just slinging. They just go on the internet and they sling shit. It's just a sewer of cyber shit with everybody in the shit slinging the shit at each other. We're all swimming.
And the whole rise of the chans and stuff like 4chan, 8chan, 16chan, all that was born of that.
Yes, that's right. So that has to stop. And as I've said before, it is, so that's my stance. But when it comes to the deep state, which is now what AI is, when you come to these corporations and they're trying to say, oh, well, we're getting rid of anonymity, they don't mean in that sense. They don't mean that the people you're slinging shit at see it. They just mean that they want to see you.
That's right.
That's so when I'm agreeing and just nodding my head reflexively with Aristides there on that topic, I'm just doing so because of the absurdity of that. So hopefully that's coherent. Hopefully that puts that into account. This is the adult world, and we have a million shades of gray. There is no black and white. But the reality is that our stance is no anonymity, but it's got to be for everybody. Everybody has to be deprived of anonymity so we can have civil discourse.
And in this age of police state and ICE and all that, that puts another slant on it too. Not that you're, going to be saved from surveillance just by being anonymous. I mean, your IP address, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
but it's a different matter in a police state.
Yes, yes. Now, when it comes to, well, the absurdity is, okay, the state, if they want to know who you are, they know who you are.
Yeah.
So the idea of anonymity with the state is preposterous. What Aristides is bringing up is a layer now of private access by corporations beyond what they can already access. In other words, the corporations steal
right.
state secrets for purely commercial reasons, but beyond that, for political reasons at this point in history as well, because corporations under Elon Musk and others are now politicized.
Yep.
So since they're now politicized, when they have your private information, it will be used against you in a political sense.
Which they already have, thanks to Dodgy.
Yes, yes. So, okay, so that having been articulated, honey, anything else before I,
No, I want to hear what you got.
Okay, well, definitely I want you to interject, Heather, Aristides, everybody interject whenever you wish. And we will take it from there. Now, anyway, I want to say, I believe I've said everything I needed to say about. If you want to find out more about the Pulse nightclub massacre, please go into text and open the text in tonight's summary of show. There's one misspelled acronym for the alternative lifestyles acronym. Here we are. Excellent. So we found the book. He's found the book. Goddess bless you. That's incredible. Aristides did it. He's our man. And with that, we'll take a look at what other messages he's sending. Full book by the same guy. Maybe it's there. Yes, excellent. I'm sure it will be. And thank you so much for that. You are the man. Most of these little articles are simply excerpts from the books that the authors published. And in this case, the individual was bringing up the fact that our man, Alexander the Great, killed 100,000 people when he slaughtered in the Gaza. And when our man Realtek was saying, whoa, I went to school and I never learned that. And I said, that's because your teacher would never refer to the location as the Gaza by its modern name, because that would be considered a politicization of the subject and he would have been risking his career. That's the sensitivity of what we're dealing with, even when it comes to a character or a historical figure born before Christ even walked the earth. We're in that kind of world now. And but when it comes,
did I hear that Gaza was Tyre?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
that's correct. He heard of it as Tyre. When he learned of Alexander the Great's assault on the Gaza, it was simply referred to as Tyre by his teacher. Realtek's teacher. And he said, yeah, well, he never called it the Gaza. And, well, I just articulated the reason why. We're just deprived of all history. It's a critical omission, which is hence the name of my program. But again, just to round off that thought there when I came home, and hopefully Brendan's listening, and if you can find anything out, Aristides or Brendan or T-Take, since you're all good searchers on this sort of thing, what the fuck was going on in San Francisco today? Because by the time I came home at 1300 hours, my block is unique. It is terminally unique. It is well placed for security reasons. It is in the heart of San Francisco, very convenient location, but very inconvenient for people who are trying to take me out or take me down. And entire operations where they've cordoned off Russian Hill, placed snipers on the roofs, and sent in men in hazmat suits have been attempted and failed. This is all real. It's all historical. None of this is fantasy or self-indulgence, okay? So it's uniquely difficult to assault Green Street, but they keep trying. At any rate, there's nothing particularly on Green Street, other than if you go down further towards the Presidio military base, used to have right where Green Street intersected or ended, right before the Presidio military base. You could walk down Green Street all the way to the Presidio. Where at the end of that street, long time ago, forever, was the Russian embassy. That was the Soviet embassy for many, many years. And the joke used to be on Green Street, they're wishing for a red Christmas. But, and they used to have little memes of, like, before we used the term meme, the meme used to be Santa Claus, coming over the North Pole and nukes hitting him. From Green Street. San Francisco. At any rate, I could even take you to the bar, which is still there, the final, where all the Russian embassy staff, the consulate staff used to go to drink and eat pizza and play pool and all that shit. At any rate, those days are long gone. They were guilty of so much spying, abusing so many privileges, they finally had to shut that place down. So Green Street right now has got nothing on it. Now, something happened where when I came home at 1300 hours, this street was lit. There was, I don't know whether it was, he says, Juneteenth celebration. The Fillmore District hosted its famous Juneteenth street fair and festival featuring live performances and kid zone and food vendors celebrating Black culture and freedom. Yeah, but Juneteenth is June 19th. That's like Friday of Friday. That's like later. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's what it was. It didn't look like all too many blacks.
They might do it. They might do it on the weekend though, because they don't want to clog things up on a weekday.
No, I understand that. No, it's Friday, but it's Friday into next weekend. Juneteenth is,
but they don't want to have it like the Sunday after the Friday, so they always like if they want it on a weekend, they'll have it the weekend before, because after the fact, like it's already done. It's
maybe, but it was mobile. It was like, I don't know whether it was soccer.
That's what I'm getting. I mean, I don't know. That's what I got as a search.
Okay, no, I thank you. No, I thank you for that. I just don't think it had anything to do with it because these weren't blacks.
Okay.
But I appreciate that. That's good try. Good call. It's what you found. It's what they gave you. It's what the search engine gave you. But as a rule, white people don't generally get on car caravans and celebrate Juneteenth. This was like either soccer.
Okay.
Or
you sure it wasn't Sunday streets in the Tenderloin? Because there was that.
That's good. I love it. Oh, fun. I was raised in the Tenderloin, so yeah. No, Tenderloin wouldn't be coming up here. They wouldn't be coming up here. This is like Tenderloin is. They're close, but you can walk from here to the Tenderloin. You can walk from here. Basically, San Francisco is very congested. Just so everybody knows, San Francisco is the most congested city in the United States, second only to New York City. So theoretically, just about everything in San Francisco is in walking distance. This is all theoretical and technical because most Americans could never walk San Francisco because it's a city of hills. So most Americans would die just going 8 long city blocks would literally kill your average American with a heart condition. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. They would just grab their chest with both hands and die. I like walk up hills, and I see people do that. Start to breathe heavy and just, I can't do this. I gotta stop. And then they sit down in little stairwells, and they just can't walk straight up hills in San Francisco. San Francisco is like, it's bad enough where, like, when I was on a bus with people from Kansas, very charming, very endearing woman from Kansas, flat Kansas, or whatever, flat state she came from, was just terrified. She was just clinging on to her husband, older woman clinging on to her husband. And she was just literally just like she was on a roller coaster ride. It was that bad for her. That's how bad San Francisco is. So just understand, when somebody comes from downhill on San Francisco, like these people were coming downhill, generally speaking. Now, it's a two-way street, and it was like they converged. It was like a convergence of soccer, Trump's birthday, National Flag Day, none of which would be celebrated, aside from soccer maybe, in San Francisco. Nobody in San Francisco is going to be big on Trump Day. Nobody in San Francisco is going to be big on National Flag Day. So it was like a combination of soccer something and a couple of wedding trains, like all converged on Green Street. Either way, it didn't make any fucking sense because there's no reason to go through fucking Green Street. First off, it's hard as hell. You're going downhill means you really had to work it. You have to like, first off, you're combating the cable car route because you can't go straight over Russian Hill. Nobody can go straight over Russian Hill because it's blocked by one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in San Francisco, which is gated. You physically cannot go through the top of Russian Hill and over the top. You have to go by Union Street, a side street, or through the Hyde Street area from an angle, which is all cable cars. So your trains can't do that. Convoys of cars can't do that because you're fucking up cable car works. So somehow everybody did it. And they were down here when I came home at 1300 hours. It looked like a potential ambush. So I got into the crypt by alternative methods, which I have. I have alternative methods to get back into the crypt here. So I had to reinter myself through the tunnel,
Douglas,
so to speak. Yeah.
where did all the Waymos go? Did the Waymos go into hiding?
It was the Waymos had to have been either part of it or caught up in it or diverted. But it's like somebody, I could imagine GPS. If they expected me to come home and we're just trying to set up an ambush, that would be how you would do it, is have enough people crowded into the same area so you could just bump me off as I walked in among them because I'm physically so recognizable.
That's right.
And they would at least be able to move assassins through the crowd and then merge them back into the crowd to escape. So that was what it looked like it was intended for, and I could easily imagine them using GPS to misdirect wedding caravans and soccer party caravans. Now, I can't imagine what the soccer people would be celebrating. It wasn't a USA game recently. What would they be celebrating? The fact that fucking Germany won against the little fucking Caribbean nation. So it's not even a nation. It's like a dependency of Denmark. Or Nederland. It's a dependency of Nederland. There's this little... Germany was like gaming against this little island in the Caribbean. It's like, what? Would they be celebrating Germany's victory over that? What the fuck? Or it was Japan versus Nederland after that. What? Would they be celebrating that? That didn't make any fucking sense. But anyhow, I think it was a GPS misdirection of a bunch of caravans, and for the reason that was highly suspect, and I couldn't take chances. But that's the life I had to leave. The life I live is because when I did leave, we had security consciousness in full sway, and I had to be security conscious on the way back. I didn't really expect it. Ed Beth had to drop me off blocks away because there was no way to get through that. So, he dropped me off blocks away. I just had to, go in the back route, so to speak, into the crypt. So there we have that. It was quite the adventure just to get home. And it was odd. So if anybody can find anything Aristides tried, it wasn't Juneteenth. I can say that. That's not that. By the way, Aristides, that is, I love it. It's a fucking funny image. Just the idea of all these white people, with, caravans. The slaves were freed! The slaves were freed! Now I gotta pick my own cotton! Oh, but I love spare ribs and watermelon! Yeah! It's can you imagine caravans of cars? People...
Hey, the location was near you. That's so, The only other thing is it says there was, just in general, there was World Cup festivities.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Following the tournament's opening kickoff. So that's the last thing I got.
That makes sense. It must have been the caravans got misdirected by GPS specifically to clog up Green Street because there's no reason to go down Green Street, especially down.
Could be.
Yeah, and there was no good intent behind that. Well, thank you. Bless you. Happy birthday unto our Grand Magateur, Jonathan Warrington, in England. We love you, man. We have no idea whether you're alive. But for those of you who don't know, Jonathan Warrington was a man who worked with me for years. Poor son of a bitch. He was managing property in England. And everything fell apart when his brother, who he had always warned his parents about. But of course, they always said, well, you're the dope and he's our favorite child. People just don't understand him. Oh, there we are. That's what it is. Okay, so, yeah, got a good response from Brendan explaining something that I asked a question about. Desk description. That's it, the description. Got it. Brendan ẒOGHET says, the gay chatbot wants to know if your description is satire. That's, I get it now by the desk, DESC. I didn't understand that was an abbreviate for description. If it's satire, it's not. It really ain't. It really isn't. I'll get back into that in a moment. Anyhow, Jonathan Warrington, he's the poor bastard who we love, whose brother was stalking Heidi Klum. Heidi Klum for forever. It was Heidi Klum, wasn't it? People correct me on this. She had the stalker she lived in Germany. And this guy was institutionalized. But once a year in England, they let them out. they cycle it so they're not all let out at once, but because that would like fucking overwhelm England in a wave of psychotics and shit. But the institutions for the criminally insane, in order to prove that they're humanitarian and they're not, awful people, they let their inmates go for 1 day a year and then track them down and collar them again and put them back in the rubber room. So this guy who was stalking Heidi Klum, somehow every year that he was released, they would give him a plane ticket to Germany so he could stalk Heidi Klum. Like, I don't know, that's his reward for good behavior for the year. And, of course, she had protested and was filing complaints. This isn't Jonathan Warrington, this is his brother. And, anyhow, finally, when they let him go, despite all the warnings from John Warrington and Heidi Klum about his brother, he went and killed both his parents. He chopped his... I don't know which parent's head he chopped off, but he beheaded one of them, the mother or the father. The other one he stabbed 40 times. So we can provide a Freudian interpretation depending on whom he did to what, but in the end he equaled them both, leveled them both out by putting them on the ground and running them over multiple times with a vehicle. Like they were speed bumps. Oh, I'm sorry. It's... Oh, at any rate, and his brother was a normal-looking one. Everybody always thought John Warrington was a scary-looking one. So so when I showed the photographs to Brooke Gibson, she kept saying, "I can't believe it's not John who didn't do that." But somehow he's the brilliant one who framed his brother. So, at any rate, we love you, John. Kate Moss. It was Kate Moss, not Heidi Klum. It was Kate Moss. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you. It was Kate Moss who his brother was stalking. There we have that. Plus, the president celebrates his 80th birthday today. And he's on a level with John Warrington's brother. I myself am Douglas Dietrich, the last-born biological son of Adolf Hitler. Back in the sit-rep or situational report hot seat, aftermath the start of the World Cup. In analyses of how political leaders utilize high-profile sports and entertainment events as massive public distractions, while simultaneously attempting to manage actual geopolitical conflicts and wars. On that note, here's what's on tap on the night tide. Trump's Iran World Cup UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship whiplash, new sanctions on Iran and the Russian Federation, and my Taiwan's opposition leader's visit to Washington on behalf of the Communist Chinese. Yes, you heard that right, even though that, well, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It sounds like a word salad. I only wish it was. Relevantly, Karl Marx himself infamously wrote that great world historic facts and personages appear, the first time as tragedy, the second time as farce. Ideological communism's founder, would have savored the vaudeville travesty of war and circuses, which has been my recurring theme employed to describe how leaders distract the public with big sports events or entertainment to hide serious military conflicts, geopolitical crises, and economic failures. It is simply a postmodern re-ideation of the alten Rōmā policy of bread and circuses, using free food and entertainment to keep unhappy citizens from rebelling, albeit in the current case, arrogance and isolation become their own traps in Iran and the Ukraine. Recent features of when clowns run the circus include the core distraction from geopolitique. State leaders juggle entertainment spectacles to shift public attention away from complex military campaigns and economic instability. Most immediately, leaders are juggling deadly foreign wars with massive entertainment spectacles like the World Cup. This time, however, immigration, trade, and conflict are overshadowing the world's most watched sporting event. Another point would be domestic distractions from United States and Middle Eastern affairs in particular. International crises, like tensions in the Middle East, happen at the same time as loud domestic pop culture spectacles, specifically the geopolitical and economic fallout of conflicts such as the protracted war with Iran. And finally, as a point, the great power competition of global authoritarianism. Rival powers abuse international sporting events and staged photo ops to project strength to the world while fighting regional wars. American leaders merely emulate the Russian dictator Vladimir Putin and the communist Chinese dictator Xi Jinping in strategically leveraging state propaganda, sports, and exhibits to shore up domestic morale while their synaxial empires are embroiled in broader global struggles. As for what you need to know tonight, Trump claimed into the weekend that the alleged leader of the Tren de Aragua gang was killed in a United States-American strike. President Donald Trump announced on Friday night that Niño Guerrero, the alleged leader of the gang Tren de Aragua, or Aragua Train, was killed by the United States military in cooperation with the Comunista Venezuelan government, no less. The railway metaphor, the term tren, has roots in Venezuelan prison and labor union slang. It originated from a labor union controlling sections of an abortive railway project passing through Aragua. In prison parlance, the tren refers to an organized structure of gang members, it is train cars, or car makers, operating under a plan, a central boss. In Marxist ideological terminology, it has come to represent an unstoppable force of proletarian empowerment. As for its geographic roots, the name is derivative from its place of origin, the state of Aragua in North Venezuela. The gang was born inside the Tocoron prison, which is located in said state. Tren de Aragua quickly became a target of Trump's immigration enforcement after he returned to office in 2025, putting that gang at the center of his mass deportation agenda. You might even be impressed that he followed up on such, all while juggling the World Cup, a UFC, or Ultimate Fighting Championship, cage fight at the White House, and simultaneously trying to end his anti-Iran war. This in from the World Bank, which on Thursday cut its outlook for growth in part because of the war's disruption of commodity flows and rising import costs. The decision by the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his puppet United States President Donald Trump to wage a surprise war on Iran and the global energy crises triggered by its retaliation has damaged 2/3 of the world's economies. The global economy will expand 2.5% in 2026, the slowest pace since proletarian China's COVID-19 pandemic caused a global recession in 2020. Per the chief economist, Internet Guild, this is the biggest supply shock in more than 50 years. If the conflict persists, the next thing that will be affected is food prices. The World Bank saying risks to its outlook are skewed to the downside. Global growth could fall to 1.3% this year if energy supply disruptions prove more severe than assumed and are accompanied by substantial financial stress. Now, previously this week last, in every effort to exacerbate just such stress factors, the United States President Donald Trump conducted fresh strikes on Iran and threatened to restart his full-scale war in the Middle East before abruptly backing down on Thursday. But if you looked at the White House right now, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the president might not be laser-focused on foreign affairs. Yes! We've gone from Sleepy Joe to Dozy Donald, and I myself know which is worse. With the World Cup well underway in North America, you'd think the president would be reveling in the beautiful game, but he's so tired of being booed that he set up a huge UFC ring in his own back garden to watch big men duke it out on the presidential garden for his 80th birthday. Yes, you heard that right. The president of these United States is 80 years of age, and the last one was no spring chicken either. Of course, being of a certain age doesn't mean you have nothing to offer. Look at David Attenborough. It's just that when you're the leader of the free world and appearing to nod off in briefings and events of all kinds, maybe it's a problem. Dozy Don is much more of a danger to America and the world than Sleepy Joe ever was. The UFC element of Trump 2.0 is really no coincidence, given the current toxic masculinity trends. The logic that knocking 7 balls out of each other makes you more of a man is one pushed viciously in the manosphere by the likes of Andrew Tate. Stephen Adubato has realized this and has started trading in the boxing ring for the ballroom. First embracing his Greek roots and then branching out into different styles of dance, he's found confidence and discipline through cutting a rug, because real men can learn strength, grace, and charm from the art of dance. Women want to dance with a man after all, not fight with him. You might take that into account in case you actually want to get fucking laid. Now, with that, I'm putting a link to this young man and his wisdom, and he has the balls and the intellectual acumen to take on Jordan Peterson, God bless his heart, into both our infinite call and into the chat. Please review it. Still, even as I speak on eventide of Trump's 80th birthday, our United States Capitol is immediately enamored under thrall of the UFC/Ultimate Fighting Championship match on the White House's South Lawn. A massive arena containing the fight cage now towers over the president's residence, and most of the surrounding streets have been closed to vehicular traffic since before this weekend, excepting, of course, for the motorcycle stuntman Travis Pastrana, who was doing a backflip on his dirt bike at the White House but yesterday as an amuse-bouche. That's literally mouth amuser in the Francais, a tiny complimentary bite-sized hors d'oeuvre served before a meal in fine dining restaurants. Unlike an hors d'oeuvre or an appetizer in the conventional sense, it is completely chosen by the chef, not ordered from any menu. It is literally assigned to you, and it's designed to awaken the palate and showcase the kitchen style. And it's always a single bite. It's not chewed or bitten, it's on a spoon and you serve it into your mouth all at once. That's the intent, again, to awaken your palate. Now, in January of 1934, Franklin Delano Roosevelt held a toga-themed party, a birthday party no less, at the White House to mock the accusation that he was an incipient dictator. Donald Trump is doing him one better. As such, his plans for Ultimate Fighting Championship bouts today in an octagon on the South Lawn of the White House are reminiscent of the extravaganzas of the Emperor Commodus, whose rule prompted Gibbon to warn, Of all our passions and appetites, the love of power is of the most imperious and unsociable nature, since the pride of one man requires the submission of the multitude. For America's semi-quincentennial, Trump gave UFC head Dana White permission to construct an arena on the south lawn of the White House that is known as the Claw. The Claw is outfitted with lights, speakers, and screens, and hovers over the octagon cage itself to ensure that anyone not seated next to it can follow the event. The ringside seats for Trump's birthday bash are reserved for what Mark Twain liked to refer to as the quality, namely those who are prepared to pony up to $1.5 million to the UFC for a VIP or VIP package. Ever the hawkish businessman, Trump has converted today's spectacle into a money-making venture, complete with a Singaporean cryptocurrency firm bankrolling it, funded by T. Take Berry. There's a long story behind that. Inappropriately enough, the logos of the sponsors, including Bud Light and Polly Market, are festooned on the octagon. The tab for the event, including the Claw, comes in at $60 million. Cui bono. Around 100,000 spectators were expected to crowd the National Mall to watch the event for free on jumbotrons. What the cost of refurbishing the trampled grass will amount to has not been disclosed, but was already suffering some damage in the prep. On Thursday, Trump received an unusual birthday present in addition to the ones that he has awarded himself, giant etchings, which looked like something out of an Erich von Däniken documentary about extraterrestrials visiting Earth, suddenly appeared on the National Mall in the form of dead grass east of the World War II Memorial. 86-47. That means, of course, eject, evict, forever ban the 47th president. The maladministration has construed the numbers as a coded attempt to promote the assassination of Trump, but the courts have upheld them as a form of free speech. The courts have also been weighing up whether or not to cancel the event itself on the grounds that it's for profit, but the lawsuit filed by the Public Integrity Projects, or the PIP, the PIP, was ever destined to be quashed. The Blue Noses, who are complaining about the UFC fight as blaspheming the White House grounds, are off base. The White House has a long tradition of rumbustious celebrations of American anniversaries. It began in 1801 with Thomas Jefferson, who featured dogfights, cockfights, and gunfire at the White House to signal a break with the starchy Federalist era. A year later, as Christopher Buckley has reported in his learned study titled Washington Schlepped Here, yes, schlepp as in schlepping it up, the Republican ladies of Cheshire, Massachusetts, sent a 1,200-pound cheese to the president. By 1837, the cheese weighted in at 1,400 pounds. It was placed in a White House vestibule, where, Buckley writes, the citizenry shaved and hacked and scooped away at it. There's always been a cheesy aspect, you could say, to America's celebrations of its independence from Great Britain. The pressing question is whether Trump's pathological emphasis on virility and manhood will be able to disguise, or at least camouflage, his own physical decline. No doubt, his palpable delight at the sight of grown men thrashing each other testifies to his boyish enthusiasms. Trump is also extending his conception of manhood to American soft power. On Thursday, the State Department announced that it is forming a partnership with UFC to advance American diplomacy. I mean, I'm I'm a social critic, and I'm left at a loss for words here. What can I even say to that? That's like, what the fuck? Trump's birthday extravaganza is his last hurrah. Like William Jefferson Clinton and George W. Bush, Trump was born in 1946, the very year that Richard Milhous Nixon and tail gunner Joseph McCarthy entered Congress. In many ways, Trump is the legatee of the latter twain, both in his conception of the imperial pomp and his relish for the bare-knuckle brawl. Now, as he heads into the midterm elections, Trump has to show that, at 80 years of age, he still has his mojo. One augury has already been divined in the motorcycle jump that happened this weekend. The Nitro Circus stuntman Travis Pastrana was given the green light to attempt a dirt bike backflip on the South Lawn. As he succeeded, it was read as a successful gambit. But if he had failed, the symbolism for Trump's last 12 years as president wouldn't have been hard to detect. The 2026 FIFA World Cup, which the United States is co-hosting with Mexico and Canada, also began before this weekend, with participation by soccer teams from 47 countries and fans and officials from many more. Over the next month, matches will take place in 11 metro zones across these United States alone, compared to just 3 in Estados Unidos Mexicanos, the United Mexican States, and 3 in the Dominion of Canada. Trump is juggling those 3 major events whilst simultaneously trying to end his war against Iran, which is entering its 16th week. It would be a lot for any president to deal with, let alone one with a notoriously short attention span. So it's Iran whiplash all over again. The United States president spent Thursday morning telegraphing a massive escalation against Iran after a weeks-long ceasefire was undone by the possibly accidental downing of a United States military helicopter. And by possibly accidental, yes, I'm suggesting the Americans shot it down themselves. Likely by incompetence more than by conspiracy. While threatening to seize Karg Island, Iran's main oil refining hub, I'm reading Trump here. He's got uppercase. I'm going to shout when it's uppercase. Plug your ears. At some point in the not too distant future, as Trump posted on Truth Social, the United States will be hitting Iran, whose Navy, Air Force, radar, anti-aircraft, and all other forms of defense, together with most of its offensive capability, are gone very hard tonight. And by very hard tonight, I don't know if he means whether or not his Viagra was kicking in or that he had intended to launch something aside from what comes out of what was hard. Now, United States forces struck several Iranian targets on Tuesday and Wednesday in retaliation for that downed helicopter, and the United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reiterated the threat of further violence during a visit to the United States Central Command on Wednesday, proclaiming, "If we need to negotiate with bombs, we'll negotiate with bombs." But in a Truth Social post on Thursday, Trump called off all the bombing he planned for Iran in his predictable taco, or Trump always chickens out manner. Maybe because it's all Musk's world now anyway. SpaceX has made history with the biggest ever initial public offering, launching it into the top ranks of the largest public companies and putting founder Elon Musk past the verge of becoming the world's first trillionaire. According to a statement on its website released on Thursday, said company raised $75 billion in the IPO, the initial public offering, pricing 555.6 million shares at $135 each. SpaceX's IPO is more than double the size of Saudi Aramco's $29.4 billion listing in 2019. As a few of Musk's Silicon Valley buddies are set to take home tens of billions of dollars as a result. Musk has come full circle. This time last year, Musk was not in a happy place. Elon Musk was very much on the outs with the Trump maladministration, despite having spent months presiding over its signature efforts to shrink federal agencies, push out hundreds of thousands of federal workers, and implement massive cuts to American imperial foreign aid. At the time, Musk was having a painfully public falling out with Donald Trump. It got so heated that the president said he was mulling denaturalizing the Zuid-Afrikaner native so he could deport him. But what a difference a year makes. Today, the 54-year-old entrepreneur has come full circle. SpaceX, his rocket, satellite, and artificial intelligence venture, hit the market in the biggest initial public offering in history. In doing so, it cemented Musk's status as the world's first trillionaire, an achievement that was also met with protests. Indeed, he is now 3 times richer than the next person in the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. As Wall Street on Friday weighed in on his now public company, the results were unlikely to disappoint investors or Musk himself. SpaceX shares rose a whopping 19% in their trading debut, and if that's not enough drama to end your week, there's now chatter that a Tesla merger could be next. To celebrate, an inflatable caricature of the world's first trillionaire, Elon Musk, appeared in Times Square, begging to be popped like the AI bubble itself. With that, we enter a link to that unforgettable image into chat, and we will place it as well into...
Please tell me it's a bubble. Please tell me again it's a bubble. Please tell me that.
It is. Well, that's...
I need something to cling to in the night.
Yes.
God damn.
Yeah. Oh, you have that. You've got that. That's...
All right, dude.
You can take that
you
to the
can't
bank.
say it enough. I
take...
see it as the new Frankenstein.
Yes, tell us.
The Prometheus.
Yes.
The way the book was really written by the genius Mary Shelley, she had some kind of power flowing through her.
She did. She did.
It's still playing out right in front of us.
Indeed. Indeed.
So I wanted to test run that line and see if it held water. But yeah, the more I think about it, the more it's true. It's lurching around.
Thank you.
You know, deciding what it's going to be still.
Yeah, true. No, it's true. Quite so. Quite so.
Yeah.
Now
all right. As long as it strokes out real quick.
Oh, you can't be quick enough. Well, whenever it strokes out, it won't be quick enough.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it'll take us all down with that's the problem. It'll take us all down.
That's what I'm worried about.
No.
All right. Thank you. Keep on.
Thank you. Now, you can take that link and ask yourself or ask Grok, Grok, is this real? And see what Elon Musk's own AI actually says. That's supposed to be Elon.
And that, I want to, one more thing. Let me in one more time. I said it all wrong the last time.
Okay.
When they ask Grok what to do about climate change, that's when it says population control.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's the only answer. And it won't help, you know, Godzilla is going to do what it does. But it's the only feasible thing you can really do at all, actually, about it.
Now, I haven't had any time to emoji it or acknowledge it, but T-Tank Berry responded to your link that robot soldiers have now killed human soldiers. So tell us about this, what you know.
Well, this is the whole battle, you know. When is it taken out of human hands entirely?
Well, it never will be,
and
because
so,
the whole point of war is killing people. I mean,
but the thing of it is, the chumps that are left in you know, the 3 guys in the office instead of 50, aren't going to be able to really do much about it.
That's for fucking sure.
you
Yeah,
know.
that's
So it'll be go along to get along. I told you that science fiction story I read long ago about it was like apocalyptic and afterwards, and the roving autonomous attack drones like swarms of bees or like killer bees or wasps that you'd just be, trying to grow your little turnips to survive. And then you'd hear, the humming. And you'd have to run like hell because they were totally random.
What is the title of this story? What was
I forget.
Jeez, find it
I
and send me a
long forget.
link.
But yeah, I have to. It was haunting. And what's the name of the book about Alexander in Gaza?
Oh, Jesus. Let's look this up with Aristides here. Aristides? It's in the. Did he put it in the Infinite Call? No, he put it in a private call to me. So let me get this for you. Recover
Sorry.
it for you. No worries. Yeah. So he put it into a private call for me, and
because you're
Gaza,
blazing,
it's just
man.
called Gaza: A History. It's subtitled.
Ooh.
It's you need the author to find it. Jean-Pierre Filiu. Jean-Pierre Filiu. So surname spelled Filiu. Filiu. Filiu. Gaza. Filiu Gaza. Gaza Filiu. There we are, like Gaza Filet.
Okay.
There, and that'll get you to it.
I wonder if it's old.
Not that old. Can't be that old. No, it's new.
Can't be that
it's
old.
New. It has to be.
Wow.
It has to be contemporary to the genocide. It's contemporary to the genocide. By the Israelis, the Israeli genocide. I mean by that. The latest one. The latest one.
Okay. The latest one. Yeah. All
now,
my life.
Yeah. Now, plenty of people have said that Elon Musk is full of hot air. This version of him actually is. On Thursday, a 40-foot-tall inflatable version of the digital trillionaire popped up in Times Square in New York City, the same day the company's initial public offering took off. You'll be shocked to learn the inflatable is not exactly effusive. Now, here we are. Aristides sends this, and he says that
it was his naked boobs.
Yes, his man boobs.
His naked boobs hanging out.
Are really
it was hilarious.
Yes. Oh, yes. You've got to see it. It
on
is...
his big old gut. I saw it.
Yes. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So he's put it in the Infinite Call. Aristides has given you the.
Oh, thank you, PDF. Aristides, very much.
In the Infinite Call. There you go. Thank you. He's the
man.
Thank you. Yeah.
He sure is.
Yeah. Now, the balloon depicts Elon Musk shirtless, a thing we've all seen, so I can truthfully... Yeah, go on, honey. Go on. Yes.
Nothing. I'm just cracking up.
Yeah.
I'm going mute.
Yes.
I'm making noises and encouragement.
Yeah. Yeah. A shirtless Elon Musk. We've all suffered that image, and we can never unsee it. So I can truthfully observe that the inflatable is shockingly close to being an accurate representation of his frame-sagging physique, complete with tits bigger than a Dairy Queen's, and tattoos all over his paste-pot body, on both his stomach and his back.
I think he's working the Ozempic.
Yeah, he's trying, yeah. That's not going to help him, just make it all sag. That's not going to help.
And it might make him all sick. Yeah, that's right. He'll have
it makes it all
folds.
sag. It makes it all sag.
Yeah, the folds.
Yeah, he's got to get all that folding, which is like, anyhow.
Yeah.
But this shows him plumped up. And on both his stomach and his back was the message, SpaceX's Grok makes AI child porn. Now that text was repeated on banners that surrounded the display. That particular messaging seemed to have two goals. First, to remind everyone of Grok's abuse to generate non-consensual nude images, most endemically those of children. While Grok is not the only AI model capable of generating inappropriate images, it is the one with the least effective guardrails, as damningly requested by the company's CEO, Elon Musk. The second purpose of the message is to associate Grok with SpaceX, now that XAI has been rolled into the rocket company. Despite Musk's ownership of the company and his own personal tarnished reputation, SpaceX itself remains quite popular. When Musk merged his AI lab with SpaceX, it allowed him to launder the negative impression people have of Grok through a company with a high approval rating. Linking Grok to SpaceX serves as a reminder that they are, in fact, one and the same now. The inflatable also featured a heart-shaped tattoo with the word ketamine, the known drug of choice for Musk that he has been diagnosed as abusing so frequently as a recreational hallucinogen that he's starting to suffer from bladder problems to the point of diapering himself, which you can find out more about here at the link that I now enter into both the chat and Infinite Call. And with that, amuse yourselves. Yeah, certainly I find it entertaining enough and revel in every problem this fucker brings upon himself. And that having been articulated per Wired magazine, the inflatable was the work of SAIN, S-A-I-N, an abbreviate or rather acronym for Safe AI Now, which issued a press release related to their inflatable. Same group stating, SpaceX shareholders are on the hook for every Grok lawsuit, criminal investigation, and regulatory fine that is coming, all while Musk becomes a paper trillionaire and his investors pick up the tab. The inflatable obviously didn't have much of an effect on the SpaceX IPO. According to NBC, the company went public with a price of $135 per share, making it the largest IPO on record. Elon Musk himself needs no introduction. He is one of the leading rape capitalists of our time. Roughly a year ago, Elon Musk was everywhere, a co-president or first buddy who promised to slash $2 trillion from the federal bureaucracy via the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Musk is no longer involved with the DOGE, or DOGE, but the cyber reactionary remains the world's wealthiest man, and very much enmeshed in the United States government and global politics. Unlike many in tech, he gets down and dirty with the physical world, or rather his employees do, building cars and rockets, digging tunnels, even implanting chips in people's brains. He is also a master of hype, making ludicrous claims that never come to pass. That hype aside, he has attained, in disambiguation from ever having achieved, a lot. And yet he has abused his fame, his money, and his ex-platform to promote a politique that, it is no exaggeration to say, is white Judeo-supremacist and mass exterminationist. Musk's businesses include Tesla, the car company, SpaceX, the rocket company, X, formerly Twitter, and XAI, the artificial intelligence enterprise of which Grok is the very ugly face. Neuralink, the maker of chips implantable into human brains so that they can talk directly with computers, and of course provide you all the voices in your head that you will never want to hear from Langley, Virginia. And Boring Company, which drills giant tunnels to create subterranean highways between the, well, subterraria that are loaded with the hive ghouls that I've...
That's the one that most intrigues me.
Thank you.
Because that gets no press.
At all.
At all. And he's the new Bechtel. That's what they used to do.
Thank you.
Remember Bechtel?
Oh, how could I forget? Continue.
Right.
Yeah, they were known as the company that built the fucking world. Go on.
Oh, man, from the underground up. Yeah. And Carlisle Group and all that. I've got a, pretty old book, Underground Bases and Tunnels. I'll have to pull it out again. Remember that? It was a classic in the field.
I may even have a copy.
You probably do.
Yeah.
And it was worth it. And it showed then these mole machines,
Yes.
That turning cone of blades that's as big as a house.
Yeah.
Incredible shit. And doing it under rivers and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the New York City tunnels built back then.
That's right.
That's mind-boggling.
It is.
Completely mind-boggling that you could get away with that and have it still exist.
It's thank you. I mean, all of that input is quite important.
That's it.
And I appreciate
keep going.
it.
Keep going on.
So of all of these companies that I've just now identified, None of them turn a profit. Only 2 of them do. Only Tesla and SpaceX are profitable. The current profits of the twain combined are around $12 billion. Effectively nothing. He's riding on hype. All of it is investment. All of it.
Because isn't the 12 billion 100% government money?
Yes, it's your money. It's
Taxpayer money.
That's right.
That's it. Always has been, just like Trump, whose daddy made it because of public housing projects in Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
All
you.
government money.
Yes, that is the financial base of his fortune, estimated by Bloomberg at $655 billion, with most of it coming from SpaceX and Tesla stock. The latter is traded publicly and is valued at 372 times the company's profits. SpaceX has, of course, just now gone public, completing a historic IPO, initial public offering, on the NASDAQ exchange, to the tune of something like a $2 trillion valuation. That equals 250 times profits. These valuations are, by any conventional measures, completely insane. But investors believe in Elon's magic. Thusly, more than 4,000 SpaceX employees have just become millionaires in the span of a morning's market run. According to the New York Times, SpaceX's initial public offering turned more than 4,400 current and former employees into millionaires. Among its 22,000-person workforce, plus the hundreds who have departed over the years, a large share are engineers who took below-market pay with the expectation that equity would eventually make up the difference. The 37-year-old launch engineer, Trevor Heitz, turned down more conventional career paths to stay at SpaceX after a 2011 internship culminated in the year of my own mother's murder, accumulating more than 100,000 shares over the dozen years he spent at the company. At the targeted listing of $135 per share, his position translates to a minimum value of $13.5 million. To quote Heitz himself, "The magnitude of this has been ridiculous." Now, SpaceX debuted on NASDAQ under the ticker symbol SPCX. The company planned to sell 555,555,555 shares of Class A common stock, which at $135 apiece raises close to $75 billion at a valuation of approximately 1.75 trillion United States dollars, and rank itself among the 10 most valuable United States listed companies. The offering eclipses the record set by Saudi Aramco's 2019 debut, which raised $29.4 billion. Orders totaling around 150 billion United States dollars poured in from institutional investors before the book close deadline, roughly twice the amount SpaceX hoped to collect. Now, a growing share of global infrastructure is dominated by the eccentric, reactionary, obnoxious trillionaire Elon Musk. He is regrettably a Dietrich-Koenig, that's Die Deutschen Sprech, or the German speak, literally Meisterschlüssel, or it would be anglicized as master key figure, to understand, because he also has an avatar of bigger shifts. Well, he's an avatar of bigger shifts in historical forces. Yes, honey? Yeah?
Imagine the money that's also changed hands on the various poly markets bets there must have been placed about what the results of his offering would do.
Indeed.
Right?
People are gambling on gambling. Yes.
Yeah. I'll bet there's quite a sum behind that. Yeah.
No doubt. And all of it dominated by the Musk, the Trump crime dynasty. That goes sense saying.
Yeah, and all of it's separate, and you got to have Bitcoin. to
There you
do
go.
that, right?
To even play with that. Well, at that point,
Scary.
you're playing with play money, so it's just they can collect all the pegs they fucking want. You know, that's
Scary though,
yeah. Of
because it's
course,
so vast amounts of money.
yes, but again, a lot of it is money that you can't cash it. There's no
Well, I don't
physical.
know about that. I think you can buy houses and yachts with it. I think it
Yes,
just depends on how much you have.
true, but you'd have to be selling to people who are willing to take it.
These are exactly, and I
So
think there's this whole shadow network that is growing up and has
yeah,
grown
but
up.
it's all riding on air, honey. How long can that last?
Hey, I ain't justified
There's
it.
no,
I mean,
yeah,
I
there's
don't
no
know. This
backing
is
to
the
the
question.
currency. There's no backing to the
This
currency.
is the question. How long can it last? How big is this bubble gonna get?
Oh, it's big, and
Oh boy,
it's a conflation of bubbles. Have you ever seen all
it's
the bubbles that
Earth-sized.
pop together? When the bubbles bounce into each other, they pop together. That's AI and crypto, okay?
Yeah.
So
All right, carry on.
yeah, so so the muskrat, he's an avatar of bigger shifts and historical forces that will remake politics and economics. Musk nihilism is reshaping America and ultimately the world unless we stop him. Musk nihilism is taking over postmodern society because America is being run by people 40 years older than everyone else. Musk nihilism is spreading not as a philosophy people choose, but as a default conclusion reached by anyone who thinks seriously and finds no cultural scaffolding left to hold meaning up. This is because America's political and economic systems are increasingly controlled by people decades older than the average citizen. Congress is aging. CEOs are older than ever. And wealthy baby boomers continue holding on to all the power, assets, and influence, not to mention the wealth, long after previous generations would have stepped aside. And if you call them out on it, they'll simply say you're a whiny little brat. Rising housing prices, generational wealth inequality, and declining opportunities for younger workers have only intensified altogether as this shift has only accelerated. 45% of young Americans still live with their parents, and experts concur it'll only get worse. Because one single and singular generation has accumulated unprecedented wealth and political influence while younger Americans are struggling to break through, as the system has slowly evolved into a postmodern gerontocracy. Another seismic shift beneath our feet is the demographic fact that America's suburbs are graying. Falling birth rates, longer lifespans, and 76 million baby boomers have transformed the country. Today, almost half of Americans live in a county where people over 64 outnumber those under 15 years of age. Per polling, America at 250 years of age is riven with doubt and pessimism, but with glimmers of hope. According to a new NBC News poll, which includes 3,000 American adults contacted by phone and text message from May 29th through to June 7th, which was sponsored by More Perfect, a nonpartisan nonprofit dedicated to advancing democracy, Americans have a bleak outlook on our nation's future ahead of our 250th birthday next month, with most saying the United States has already seen its best days, and a record low number saying they are extremely proud to be Americans. Overall, the survey shows that Americans believe their country has achieved many of the goals of its founders, but it is now falling short in living up to certain central tenets of the democratic experiment. They have little faith in a range of national institutions, but according to the survey, Americans also share core values and are willing to engage each other on their differences. Politics and geopolitique usually collide with World Cups, but this year's tournament arrives at a uniquely tense moment, collaterally damaged by the culture war, and most insignificantly, well, almost insignificantly so amid widespread mass deportation fears, it's the soccer fans who all stand to lose the most. Even though the Department of Homeland Security insists that there will not be any large-scale ICE raids at World Cup matches, immigrants, or anybody worried about being racially profiled, have little reason to take the Trump maladministration at its word. The maladministration has not ruled out mass arresting people near stadiums, and any fear over ICE encounters will serve as a deterrent. In point of fact, ICE's warehouse jails could overwhelm the towns forced to accept them. Tremont, Pennsylvania, population about 2,000, is unprepared, under-equipped, and largely unwilling to accept an 8,500-bed immigrant detention center on-site the former Big Lots distribution center. That might not matter, because there are also the logistical complexities that come with a tournament of this size. The DHS secretary...
Doug.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
You heard that thing about how they wouldn't let the Somali greatest soccer referee on earth into the country?
Yes.
Jesus.
Outrageous.
Oh, man.
Outrageous. I intend to return to that. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's
Okay.
fine. No,
Keep
please
on.
do. No, I need these
Okay.
interjections to remind me to do so. I need the
Okay,
interjections.
good. You're moving fast. Keep going.
Now, the DHS secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen, or Mullen, like Mullet, he compared the World Cup security operation to what it would take to protect, his words, 78 Super Bowls. TSA officers are being deployed to stadium entrances and will be diverted from airports expected to be flooded with arriving fans. Prices for tickets, hotels, and transportation have drawn criticism over alleged price gouging. Even Trump reportedly said that if he had to pay those ticket costs, he wouldn't go either. As Jonathan Lemire wrote, no one seems all that excited, but that could change. There are plenty of reasons fans' enthusiasm could spike once the tournament really gets rolling. More nations are competing than ever before, including 10 African countries, the biggest showing for that continent yet. This is also almost certainly the last World Cup for some of the greatest players that soccer has ever seen. There is a version of the tournament that works. The games happen, the teams play, and the politics fade into the background. Sporting events have a way of asserting their own temporary reality. But the fact remains that this World Cup started as an alliance between three countries and is now a reminder of how fractured that bond has become. That is all symptomatic of the global fragmentation of the state of Ludens. Play. In the days when Amazon was just an online bookseller, pundits were celebrating how digital technology was broadening people's horizons. It was promoted that from the comfort of your home, you could order novels from Brazil, manga from Dainihon or Greater Japan, astrophysics textbooks from America, and they would arrive in a matter of days. It turns out that they were wrong. Although technology does indeed give people almost limitless options, they are increasingly choosing entertainment from close to home. Only a tiny number of mega spectacles, such as the World Cup, can seize the attention of the entire planet. The rest of the time, people crave local fare. This has long been true of sport. America's National Football League earns 98% of its media rights revenues at home. New Yorkers may be transfixed by the Knicks, but much of the world has never heard of them. What's new is that streaming and cheap digital production techniques make it profitable for global firms such as Amazon, Netflix, and Spotify to make and distribute lots of local shows and songs for local audiences, rather than selling an American monoculture to everyone. In Brazil, 96 of the 100 most streamed musicians last week were Brazilian. In video, North America's share of the world's new streaming commissions has halved in the past 6 years. Even gaming has localized. Across the 5 biggest markets, no app features in every country's top 10. De-globalization is playing out in these different cultural sphere. Something will be lost if people's cultural habits become too insular. A Britain that serves only British food and carry-on films will be too fucking bleak to describe. Overall, however, one should welcome the increase in individual choice and prepare for a world in which American soft power, which has long relied on the global dominance of Hollywood films and American pop music, will be all the weaker. Exempligratiate. In March, the 27-year-old Iraqi-American software developer based in New York named Bilal Lafta had the best soccer watching experience of his life in Monterrey, Mexico. Lafta traveled to Monterrey with his father and brother to watch the Iraqi national team's qualifying game against Bolivia for the FIFA World Cup, which in itself just kicked off on June 11th in Mexico City. They were met with throngs of Mexicano spectators who embraced the Iraqi team, learning Arabic chants and asking questions about life in Iraq. Lafta told the press, "The Mexicano fans said that we had similar cultures." Iraq won the game, landing a World Cup spot for the first time in 40 years, and the neighborhood erupted in celebration. Outside the stadium, a Mexicana policewoman allowed the Iraqis to climb on top of her car to dance and wave their national flag. Lafta praised both the multiculturalism and safety of the setting and said he could not imagine such a scene today in the United States, which is co-hosting the World Cup alongside Canada and Mexico. The United States President Donald Trump's travel bans and aggressive immigration raids have cast doubt over whether the United States is even welcoming to international soccer fans. Potential government harassment during the World Cup, whether at customs or on the streets, can only negatively affect American soft power. In contrast, Canada and Mexico may be able to reap soft power benefits from the tournament. Now, I'm going to have to free up storage space. This might take up a moment's time. It says, do you want to allow this app to make changes in your device? I'm going to have to press yes, I believe. We're going to have to bring on our man here, Brendan ̔OGHET. Now, Brendan, we need to free up space. I'm going to need you to come on the call. And this, of course, was bound to happen at some point. Microsoft Windows user account control. I can't access anything else right now, so I may have to go back to settings to do this later. Let's see if we can call Brendan ̔OGHET on this. See if he's still up. And right now I'm going to X out of this for a second and try and see if we can maintain control of the situation as we dive into the night.
And you, hey,
Yeah.
first of all, how is my sound?
Sounds as good to me. Okay.
Like as high as before?
Why do you ask? I guess so.
Because I switched to the computer and like I thought there was a problem with my mics with another app.
Okay.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. If anybody else can hear him, don't be afraid to say so.
Does it sound like way shittier than before or lower?
You sound
No.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
No big difference. No big difference then.
No. Okay.
Sounds good
Okay,
here.
all right.
Yeah. Thank God. So I can hear you
Okay,
too.
all right. That
So
being,
give me a second because I
that
only
being
got
covered,
one ear.
What's
and I
your
have to-
what's your
Can you hear me?
what's your
You guys
emergency?
hear me?
Yeah. Is this Brendan? Are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm on the call. It's
Okay.
like Bloody Mary. You just say it 3 times. And
Okay,
I'm here.
thank you. So here we go, Brendan. I'm going to have to do a screen share. So what I need to do is check out of the settings, but it says right here, user account control. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Do I say yes or no? Or I can't show you because I can't do the screen share?
Just deny it. Deny it for now.
Oh, okay.
Because
Just
you don't
exit.
want it to delete something
Got it,
that's being used.
So I just exit
leave.
out. Okay, so
Yeah.
so let me take a look.
There's only one notable downside, which isn't an issue right now. So
Okay,
it's no problem.
so let me show you this and tell me what you think. Do you think we're safe for the rest of tonight's episode? Here you go. So I'm doing a screen share. Local disk. And it says videos this much. So we can do this tomorrow, perhaps? Or what? What do you feel? With what you're seeing. Can you see it? On screen share? Oh, are you there? He disappeared. We got Sammy Romero with us. Sammy, your audio is good on YouTube. Can anybody hear me? Am I off the call?
Hello?
Yeah.
No, I can.
Yeah. What happened to Brendan?
I can hear you.
Okay, so
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Brendan
Okay.
dropped off the call, which is like, that was bizarre. Okay, so I guess that means we'll just.
Man, it sounded like I got put through a phaser or something.
Okay, so I'm on screen share, Brendan. Can you see this? I need to know what
Yeah,
you
I
feel
can
about.
see that.
Okay,
Let me
so
see.
this can
Disk
wait till tomorrow.
storage.
Okay.
Oh my God, almost a terabyte. Yeah, we can deal with that later. It's no
Okay,
worries.
so we'll deal with it tomorrow then. We can
Yeah.
continue tonight. Okay.
Yeah, we
let's
gotta.
Yeah.
We don't need to go over it on air, but yeah, we
Okay.
can deal with it later. We'll just have to find a different method of storing your records because
Okay. Okay.
it shouldn't be up to a terabyte by anytime soon.
Interesting.
So it's strange.
Thank you. Well, no doubt it's because they're downloading all kinds of surveillance programs into it. That's the first thing I would assume. So,
Yeah, well, and everything's duplicated. I mean, we
Okay.
learned that pretty quick, where it's just like
True.
it shouldn't be making 2 copies, but it does because it's easier for them or some shit. I don't fucking.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so thank you for that. And by the way, thank you so much for responding so quickly, Bryn. And what did you make of what I came home to? Did you hear what I said about what I came home to at 1300 hours?
Yeah, what if they were there to like, do the old school, hip hip hooray and put you on their shoulders and put you in one of those donuts, you in one of those donut things and throw you in the air and say, he's the best.
Oh yeah.
What's that old 50s song? He's the best man around.
Oh yeah.
It was a party for you and you just fucked them over. It's
that must be.
You pulled a Bilbo and snuck out the back.
That's quite funny. That's as good as Aristides bringing up the very real fact that there was some kind of Juneteenth celebration going on nearby, in a sense. But like I said, you can imagine a bunch of white people at a Juneteenth celebration coming down Green Street. Oh, the slaves are free. Now I've got to pick my own.
They did a couple years ago when it was a Monday. When it was on a Monday, they all asked for the day off. I remember that was a big deal. Now that it's on a weekend, is it on a weekend?
It is.
Yeah, so then no one gives a fuck anymore. All of a sudden it's like,
Well, it's on Friday. It's not on a weekend per se, but the weekend is extended for many people because many people will ask for the day off on Friday for that very reason.
Next Friday. It's next Friday, not this Friday.
Yeah, this coming Friday this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So it wasn't anything this weekend. That would be hilarious if it was some kind of pre-game.
Yeah, well, something was going on probably with soccer, but like Aristides said, they may not have wanted to have held the celebration for Juneteenth after the actual date itself. So they kind of preemptively celebrated it ahead of time somewhere nearby in San Francisco. But it was...
Come on, even San Francisco would celebrate that. I'm sorry.
It is odd. It is odd. It's something that was probably arranged, but I can't imagine it drawing many people. It's like, it would have to be in an all-black neighborhood. And there's only a few of those in San Francisco, and they're way, like, Fillmore, maybe? Near Japantown? Or,
something like that.
Yeah, that'd be the closest one.
On Green Street, it was definitely football.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, there's no way. It's just something else. Yeah.
Thank you. But anyhow,
and every single time I've been on that street, even without knowing you, there's never been a party on Green Street.
Yes, so. Thank you. No, it was, what was the weirdest shit? It wasn't like a block party, but it was this little street party held in the alley behind my home because you got all these wealthy people in that alley that just face each other, and they all held this little like barbecue out in the center of the street. And I walked by and I was waving at them. And I guess they were afraid I was going to come to bum food off them. And they all started dismantling everything. Oh, shit. Look, it's that Dietrich guy. Let's dismantle off. It's not like they recognized me as an individual. I think they might have thought I was homeless or something. It was just.
That sounds like Trump's birthday.
No, that wasn't what happened recently. That was like months ago. That happened.
Okay.
But yeah, that was.
Wait, no, Trump's birthday is today. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Trump's birthday is today. No, she thought I meant that.
No.
I experienced that today. She thought I meant I saw that today.
Yeah.
No.
In the alley.
Yeah.
I see. So this alley thing was before. Okay.
Yeah, that was months ago. But the street, on the actual street, which is not an alley.
Did they have it blocked off? Did they have traffic control, or was it just wild?
It was just all convergent I think they were all misled by GPS like they do to you every time you're in the city.
Dude, and no Waymos.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't know, because the Waymos might have been caught in it. It was hard to tell because there were so many convergent vehicles, which didn't make any traffic sense. Because anyone, Brendan, you can tell them, driving on Russian Hill and then coming down Russian Hill, you have to work at it. It's not something that anyone can do casually. You have to navigate to do that. So
were they all like, marathon runners? How could you party and then go up and down Russian Hill? That's not normal.
Thank you. And these were vehicles. These were vehicle-borne party goers.
Oh, I see. They were driving.
They were driving in their vehicles, but you can't drive like straight over the hill. You and I both know that because we practically walked home. Yeah. And you can't drive over that hill. It's blocked by a gated community. So some of the wealthiest people in the world. So they means they had to navigate on the cable car tracks, which means they're fucking up the cable car routes, or they had to like somehow. In fact, that's the only way they could do it is by navigating the cable car tracks. It's not the way they can go down Russian Hill.
Yeah, maybe it was a prearranged like parade. Or
No, it was weird. It wouldn't be. Why would they arrange it here? You know that as well as I do. There's no reason to have a parade.
Because it butts up to that part of Hyde Street where you can see the Alcatraz and all that jazz.
Oh, you mean
so it was like some Instagram shit, probably.
Maybe. If we're trying to look at this, but I didn't get that impression. It was like they converged. It's like they ran into each other because it's a two-way street. Green Street's a two-way street, but it's like they converged. It was like a combination of wedding trains and what appeared to be maybe soccer fans. But they were all.
There must be something there. Is there some retired like soccer player up on the top of that hill or something?
Yeah, I have.
It's got to be something.
Maybe that would make sense. Yeah. Otherwise, they were all misguided by the GPS, which makes as much sense because it's happened to you and I repeatedly. Every time we turn on that GPS, it'll send us directly into an ambush. Here's where you can get shot.
Literally shot at.
Yes, literally shot at. Yes, and so.
And it always takes me down Leavenworth or like places where no one drives.
Yeah, tell them it took you not only past my El Cerrito apartments, the compound in which I grew up with, in the middle of the Tenderloin. It took you directly from that to Michael Aquino's home, like a tour.
Yeah, like it was a tour. Yeah, it was like some kind of sick tour that they were trying to fuck. Look at what Dietrich went through. Don't you feel bad for him? It's like, no, I fucking don't. No, he's nothing. He's just putting,
Oh well, guaranteed.
Bringing down everyone else.
Guaranteed, I'm bugging you tomorrow. I'm bugging you tomorrow. No. Early afternoon about this tech shit. I have to. I don't have a choice, dude. That's so.
Just go digital detox. Just go offline for a couple months.
Yeah. I wish. The hell I can. Oh man.
You gotta use up that. Oh wait, yeah.
That kratom?
Yeah. No, not the kratom. No, that stuff is like that stuff is like dangerous. I can't believe they sell that to just kids on the street.
At some point they're gonna crack down on it.
Well, obviously it killed Sailor Greg.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was.
Well, what they sell in the bodegas.
Yeah.
What they sell in the bodegas and shit. Who knows what it is? I mean, real kratom.
Tell you, it's definitely.
You gotta source that shit.
At any rate,
it's concentrated. It's like concentrated.
Oh no! Yeah, this kratom's hyper concentrated.
I have to go soon.
It burns the tongue.
So you guys. Have a good one.
Well, everybody express to Brendan ЗOGHET how much we appreciate him. Okay, we love you.
No need for that. No.
Yeah. Couldn't do it without you, Brendan.
Yes, of course you could.
I'm sorry. That's my version of stapling a target to your
Right.
head.
But,
Why is
you
it so
know,
fun to do
yeah.
that? Why is it so much fun to do
Yeah.
that?
You people are sick. You people are sick.
Oh.
Especially vamps.
Oh my God.
Thank you for helping Douglas, Brendan. Thank
Yeah,
you very
I
much.
appreciate
You've
it,
just
but I'm not
condemned him to
helping him.
death.
He's
You've just
yeah,
condemned him.
I'm
And
not helping.
sharing your own perspectives.
I'm not helping anybody, especially him. This is
Thank you for
there are
enabling
reasons.
Douglas.
There are reasons which we'll probably never explain why I have to do this. But
It's
anyways,
very
okay.
important that you
All right.
enable Douglas whenever he lifts his pinky.
Oh my God. You must
Yeah.
hate him. You must hate him.
Well,
You
okay, in
must
this
be
case,
prepared to
in
respond.
this case, it seemed, yeah, it definitely seemed Faustian that I just came on after you said my name 3 times, but really, it was just serendipity.
Just can't help yourself.
Well, thank God
Yeah,
for
no,
that.
I respect it.
I'm not
very
bound by
much.
any contract, so you can ask him about that. All right.
Certainly
Okay.
not.
The
But he
most blessed
needs
I'm
you.
a free agent at the moment. So,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, me too, but
Well, none of us are free, Brendan. None of us are free.
Yeah, well,
Oh, there we are. Sammy
yeah.
Romero says, I don't think he wants to make a house call at Doug's place. Laugh out loud. And
Fuck no.
Uh,
Fuck no.
No, well, tell him you were here and tell him what you suffered. It was like...
No, I've never been there, and I never want to go there. It's a fucking hellscape.
No, he was here. The most haunted place you've ever been to. Oh, God. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
kind of
which-
like walking into Tut's tomb.
Yeah.
You know, you
Was it
might
like
come
that?
out with something.
Was it like that, Brent?
Fuck no. Fuck no. It was
There's
like walking
stuff in
into
the air.
Dracula. It's like going into Dracula's
There's
like
shit in
whorehouse.
the air, in the atmosphere, man.
It's like Dracula's brothel that he was, he left to rot. Yeah, that's what Doug's house is like. Where there's like ghosts of gamblers flinging cards at your ass and like slicing open envelopes of money to see how much they can gamble away and shit. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
True. It's all
Like
true.
these ghosts are like they're like it's like Haunted Mansion from Disney. They all have like their own personality. It's not just a casual like, oh, I saw a shadow or a specter. No, it's like these guys are like, in character, let's say.
It's true. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they got stuck there in the Russian Hill days.
Yes.
And
Well,
I mean, they were charming. I'll just leave it at that.
there we are. Thank goodness for that, at least. You weren't here at night when they get really feisty. And
the Lord of the House is not good. And
Yes.
never worthwhile. But yeah,
They start unplugging your devices.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, seriously. There's nights when they recently, for instance, California, they said heat wave coming to California, and
not for you.
Yeah, thank you.
But out here, it's
you.
110 degrees.
Oh
so
my God, that's bad.
You'll never have to deal with that.
Yeah, never.
I told you last time I drove by San Francisco, it was like
It
fucking.
even looked
It
cold.
looked like it was the city of the dead and shit.
Tell them it even looked cold. Tell them it even looked like.
Yeah.
If I
The rest of the Bay Area was hot. You could
Yeah.
see it was all dried out, and then San Francisco is like all misty and fucking looks like just evil as fuck.
Yeah, it's true. Because it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
all the demons are sucking out all the life force so that you can't get shit warm again.
Yeah, true.
Like just molds.
Yeah, yes.
Mold and decay. There's a One Piece episode chapter that just came out in reference to that. So there you go.
Excellent.
Synchronicity.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh,
The fog of the doomed.
There we are. Oh man,
That's what you have to deal with.
yeah, that's my home. It's emerging from the Dietrich crypt and on Russian Hill. Well, bless you, Brendan. Stay safe and be well. Okay. And of course, I'll be bugging you again all too soon. Sorry.
Yeah, well, if I answer, then that's something else. Yeah.
I can
you left
pray.
a huge ass voicemail for what?
I just left a voicemail saying that I was trying to contact you because I didn't think we'd be able to talk tonight because you have to go to sleep soon, new biorhythms, all that, and I have to.
I'm not reading that giant paragraph. So all right, blessings. You guys have a great evening.
Yes, you too. Blessed be.
Okay.
All right.
Blessings.
So thank you for that. Thank you for your intervention. And Samuel Romero, Please, let's hear your voice. It's welcome
Hey,
aboard.
what's going on, Dave?
Oh, all too much, as you know. So tell us
Hey, how you
what.
doing?
Yeah, by all means, join us. Give us your own analyses. And of course, people care about you as a person. As Sammy said in the text box, he said the ghosts had their way with Brendan. They might even get employment at Disneyland, as Brendan describes. And yeah, the ghosts were smoking cigarettes after Brendan left. That's pretty much the case. Yeah, it's like you can't take your risk by turning the electric blanket down. You literally, if I turn the electric blanket down based on weather warnings that California's having some fucking heat wave, I literally wake up with cold. Because and that could be 91 degrees outside, and I'd be waking up with a cold because they just leach your fucking body warmth. Like you may as well be in Alaska. It's that bad in here. And just think of The Exorcist when they entered Reagan's room, and frost in the air.
Yeah.
That's
No, I mean, that's pretty much that movie's is so iconic because it's so realistic. So
yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of it had to do with them dealing with the actual Pazuzu, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Continue. Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
one of the
Sammy.
thi- Hey, how you doing?
Wanted to say hi. And Douglas, I'm going to move along and stay on YouTube to hear you guys.
Okay.
Always fascinating. And thank you, Sammy. I always
Yeah, no problem.
learn stuff.
All right.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Love you, honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye for now. Okay. Continue, Sam, by all means.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to kind of just discuss, and obviously you're going to go into more detail.
Yeah.
It's really just this World Cup that was an economic handoff to this country, to North America, period, but especially this country. This should have been a stimulus. As far as tourism, it should have stimulated the tourism to be higher.
Of course.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because aside from all the shenanigans that's been going on the last 2 years, or I'll say 1.5 years, that our president has been in power. This is really should have been a slam dunk, in the sense of, this is why I'm starting to realize why you don't elect a president that's on his deathbed.
Thank you.
Especially a president who is not self-aware and also a malignant narcissist. And anybody can agree with me. You don't need to, obviously, I'm not a professional, but I mean, as far as to diagnose somebody, but from the sounds of it and from the evidence that we see, he cannot go a day without, let alone a month, without just making us look like a bunch of imbeciles.
A day? A month? I think those are extended time spans, more like a minute, but go.
Well, I'm trying to cut wherever he is a break. I can't even say he's human. This is obviously a meat sock puppet.
Yes.
This is not the art of the deal guy. Obviously, we're not the quote unquote. And honestly, that I don't even think he ever
existed.
Conducted a business deal that he didn't screw over somebody. But this is really ABC 1, 2, 3. Simple. Get out of the way and let FIFA take over these, sports facilities and generate your money.
Yeah, of course.
If I could compare FIFA's like the Coachella of sports. Okay, it is. Okay, it's trendy. All the beautiful people are there. All the fans, international money. You're talking about billions of revenue. Okay, it's so important, FIFA, to the world. And I'm saying the world. I'm not saying this continent of darkness that has no culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll get into that. Okay.
Yes.
FIFA's so massive. Okay. It's like the Super Bowl on steroids. Like like I said, like the Coachella of sports, that the NBA had to finish up their championship tournament, or their NBA finals. Okay.
Yeah.
They had to finish up their finals yesterday. It should have been a 7-game series. If anybody is not aware, all sports are scripted. Okay. They're all classified now as sports entertainment. Okay.
Right.
The very controversial thing is there's a betting line, and I brought this up before in the past.
Yes.
There shouldn't be a betting line.
Yeah.
If everything's script, you cannot bet on something that's script. No one bets on pro wrestling, quote unquote, or
Thank you.
a soap opera with tights and people and a bunch of guys are hugging and rubbing up against each other and slamming each other roughly, genitalia rubbing up against each other for a big belt, for a big shiny belt, very straight, right? Boxing the same way, that two half-naked guys fighting over a belt. They should be fighting in Castle Street, right? Who knew? Right? My point is, FIFA is no different. It's more of international. People are just invested in it, just like we are with the Super Bowl, except people really take the time to invest in it. They buy their jerseys. They actually buy into the illusion or the idea of, wow, my team can actually win this tournament. When everybody knows your team's not going to win. That's not the point. The point is, like the Super Bowl, it's just a cultural thing that happens every 4 years. And a lot of people, especially European descent Americans, they find it like, well, what's the big deal? It's just soccer. And that's the point, is when you have a leader who downplays the world because he is envious of, other nations like North Korea, Russia, other shithole, nations.
Right. He's envious of the
Let's throw
total
in-
control their autocrats
Right.
have. Yes, continue.
Let's throw in the Chinese.
Yeah.
I'm not, it's not that I hate the Chinese or I think anything of them. I'm talking about the communists.
Yes.
They're just in a totalitarian regime.
Yes.
And this is what Donald Trump idolizes. He wants that.
Yes.
The problem is even the communists know when to shut it off and play along.
Yes.
Xi Jinping may be no different than Donald Trump, but he at least is cognizant of, he's self-aware of, it's time, let's take advantage of this global Coachella of sports.
Yes.
It doesn't even compare to the Olympics. No one cares about the Olympics. No one cares about someone throwing a shot put, 20 feet. It's not, there's no cachet, okay? There's not half-naked women, Brazilian women dancing, in halftime show. You don't get that for the Olympics. It's literally, and it's just the cachet. It's carnival. It's just the event for North America that's been waiting for almost 3 decades. The last one was in ~94.
Yes, that's right.
Hell, the Presidio was still open back in '94.
Yeah, that's right.
My point is, this was just a very much economic boost, a stimulus, entrepreneur for all the entrepreneurial businesses out there. I mean, you have teams, okay, and this is the beauty of FIFA now, okay? It could have not come at the worst time in our nation's history, okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Europeans, actual white people, actual European from the Caucasus of mountains, okay?
Yes.
The 100% Neanderthals that the creme de la creme, right? We're talking, England, France, and whatever, all the other Neanderthals.
Yes. Genetically as white as you can get. Yes.
Who play soccer.
Yes.
Right. We're talking you know, this is not Irish. This is we're not talking about the Mexicans of Europe. We're talking, you know, creme de la creme. This is the